Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. I decided to start the show a little bit earlier today. Why not? Give it an earlier start and we could have some fun together. What do you think? We could have some fun together on the stream. We could chat, talk watches, just see how we're going. I just thought, you know what? Why not? Come on here and have a chat to the crowd. It's interesting question is what's going to happen in 2023? What's going to happen? Market predictions. And I got to tell you, let's ask her, what will happen? This is the question for today. We'll do a poll. What will happen to the watch market in 2023? Okay, let's have a look. Prices to fall, prices to increase, prices to remain steady. Okay, let's run that poll there. Now, guys, let's run one of our famous introductions. We'll run an introduction and then we'll come back and discuss some of these things. Let's get the intro. This is one of my favorite intros going. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury here. How is the audio today? I've gone back to my Rode mic. I just want to know, do you prefer the Rode? Because I was using the Logitech mic. Guys, what's going to happen to this watch market? What is happening? What is the story? And I gotta be totally honest with you. It is interesting. It's interesting. There we go. We got Tan. Hello, Tan. How are you?
How's it going?
Hey, it's better than I deserve. It's tough, Tan. I won't lie to you. Okay.
Audio sounds good.
Audio sounds good. Thank you, Tan. It's Did I tell you a good friend of mine has holding a Patek 5196G for me?
Wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, he was down in Melbourne, and he went and saw Shawnee at European Watch Gallery. That's in Australia, not the American one.
Right.
And he just got a 5196. And my friend Dave said, "Hey, Arch, this is you. I'll buy it. He's going to hold it until I pay him." I mean, obviously, you know, that's how it is. What do you think of that? A 5196G as a Patek for me?
I mean, I have a 5196G. I think it's a great watch.
You've got one. You got one. You got one.
I do. I do.
Speaking of having one, hello, Bear. How are you?
Hey, Tanzil and Pontiff. Wow.
Yeah, I
Fantastic.
thought I'd start a little bit earlier today just to get back in the swing, Bear. I just trying something different.
Are you leaving earlier?
No, I'm doing
just a longer show. Longer show.
Yeah. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's a Friday.
I was just saying to Tan there that I was actually getting the 5196G exactly like he got. And I was just saying, Tan, you know something? Out of when I had the 4 Pateks, I got to tell you, the 5196 was such a convenient watch because you basically wind it, set it, and off you go. See, a lot of these Pateks, they're not daily wearers. They're not daily drivers. So if you've got date, complication, month, all these sort of calendar stuff, if you're really anal, it can be a real hassle to set.
I think the size is pretty good too. Like on paper, it looks small, but that actually wears a lot bigger than 37. It's like a 38.
Yeah, because it's got the small bezel, and it uses the 21 mil. You know, the worst thing is the burglars also stole my Aaron B. Stokes strap I had.
Oh, is that the blue one you had?
Yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, Aaron from Combat Straps is great. I think Barry, you've had a couple of his straps too, right?
Yes, I did, and I have 2 rolls from him. I have 2 wallet caddies. I have 1 case from him. I am a huge fan of his work.
Yeah.
No, I think when you put that blue on your last watch, it was excellent. I actually thought of getting one because I think that it really I think it dresses it a bit down. If you have a blue type color on that watch, it's got a great dial. It's a warm kind of whitish metal, right? So I think the blue looks really good on that watch. So if you'd consider getting another one, I think that'd be a good choice.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I got to say, Tan, if I was to get, I've got to pay my friend. Like depending on when the insurance comes and stuff like that. But he's holding a bluesy for me, and he's also holding the 5196. Which one would you jump at first?
You know what? Both of those watches are pretty accessible. They're not going to be impossible to find, so I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I think some of the people, I was watching the chat the other day and people were saying, well, more for your dress style, like you might want the Patek, but I mean, the bluesy is also a great watch, two-tone. I think it'll still go good with the, a dress shirt. So either one, I think it would be fine. I don't think you have to really worry about either one.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Well, the idea is you're going to get them both, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly.
What's the difference then?
Yeah, like I wouldn't jump on like, oh, I have to get the 5196. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. Great.
Yeah, that's probably bluesy. Secure the bluesy first because it's a really good price, and then.
Well, the 5196 is a really good price.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you, but the chance for chance for the bluesy jumping up in the value is probably much higher than for the dress watch.
Yeah. Look, I got to be honest with you. My friend did me a big favor, right?
Of course.
I think I'd probably he's not really into those sort of dressy things. I'd have to take the Patek first because look, it doesn't matter. Either way, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean?
No, I think you'd be
True.
fine. I think you'd be fine.
What he
Let's see.
might even let me do on the Patek is I could give him my Explorer 2 as collateral and he'd give me the Patek.
Yeah, and then you can wear it, you can enjoy it. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd
say my only beef with the 5196. I mean, it's a slim watch, right? And it's fine. It's actually really nice, and I
Yep.
always found the metal, and it's weird. Like I've owned a 5127, I've owned the 5035,
Yeah.
and whenever I've kind of taken a knock on some of those watches, like nothing really happens. I don't really get like too bad of a scratch or whatever on those watches. But on the 5196, I felt that the metal was a bit soft, and I don't know why it's the case. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, no.
maybe
I know
maybe
exactly. I think it's
beryllium
to
coating
do
or
with how the corners are done and that because it's got those very sharp, the corners, so it's not forgiving for scratches and that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I remember Plastic was looking at one, and he was trying to buy one, and then he complained about like a nick on the watch or whatever it was. And
Oh,
he went,
Plastic was buying one. That's right. Shit. You
yeah.
got a good memory, man. Fuck, Tan has got a memory.
Well,
He does,
But
he does.
guys, I want to talk about quickly the market predictions for next year, 2023. Let me tell you my predictions, what I think is going to happen. So I think, look, the economy isn't going to go super great, but it's also not going to go super terrible. I think things are slowing a bit. Certain sectors in the economy are slowing down. I think we're going to have snafu, situation normal, all fucked up. I think basically prices, it's going to be hard to get new Rolex. That's not going to change. I think what's going to happen is some of the lesser models will see falls. Like I think the Vacheron won't keep that super hype on the overseas. I think that's already come down. I think the honest truth is you're going to see a lot of the same. What do you guys, Tan? What do you think? Bear, what do you think? Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at watch charts today, just on a couple of watches, like especially the Aquanaut, the 5167. And honestly, that watch really hasn't come down like in the last 6 months. It took a bit of a dip, then it went back
Okay.
up in like October, and it's kind of come back. So I think there's certain watches that just aren't, they're not taking it like, but there's are other watches like Pepsi's, Daytona's, like, and I think that's just a product of the supply and the perceived lack of supply, I guess, that either the cartel or whoever's out there has been portraying, which we all knew was kind of fake. But when you have these inherent already limited watches like a 5167, 5711, like there are not a lot of them out there anyways. There never was. So I think in certain watches they will come down. I think in others they won't. Again, it depends on the economy as well. It's kind of what people are talking about with cars, right? Like interest rates, people just not purchasing certain pieces. And honestly, a lot of the people that were pushing for quote unquote investment pieces are not really, I don't think they've been in the market long enough to understand how watches were. So they're playing a bit hesitant right now to buy the dip. So, I mean, I think collectors are buying the dip. I don't think investors are.
Bear,
I had a conversation with people who are.
by the way, Bear, could you press that super chat button? Super chat button seems to be stuck.
Okay, I'll
Please,
work
just
on that. I'll work on
yes.
that, Archie. I would say I had a conversation with people from gray market, with AD, with people who do this for a living. Um, Actually, the prices are stabilized. They're not really sinking as people wish they would. Majority people wish. They're quite stabilized, and I basically don't see any extreme movements of that in the next period. I see a slow growth in pricing. I don't see anything extreme up or down. But I am not.
Ted Zeal, legend of the day there,
Fuck me
$100.
dead.
I've actually been interested to chat on the CPO topic of that's a certified program, certified pre-owned topic of Rolex. If we can pivot once we're done this one, of course we will.
Yeah, let Bear finish
Keep
this.
going, Bear.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, basically that's all I have to say. Really, I do not see big fluctuations. I think it's going to be steady, and we're going to see steady growth as well, but not extreme, not big jumps, not roller coasters, nothing of that nature.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Very interesting, Bear. Ted,
Actually, not really interesting. It's kind of boring.
Well, I mean,
I think it's going to be boring.
I think the CPO topic is also like it's going to be related, right? Because with Rolex announcing the ability for dealers to do the CPO program, I've been like, I watched Paul Thorpe's video yesterday, and obviously all of his dealers were like, it's not going to be great for Rolex, or it's going to be bad.
but you know the silly thing is, Tan, anyone can get a second-hand Rolex, get it serviced by Rolex. It's basically the same, isn't it?
It is, and I think the dealers on Paul Thorpe's channel were talking about, well, it's going to be more expensive, and of course it is, right? And it's not like David SW wouldn't send it to Rolex if you asked him to. He absolutely would, but it does add to the cost. And oftentimes, gray market dealers, they offer a warranty, they offer a guarantee 1 year. Usually, it's 1 year.
Yeah.
But more often than not, they just offer that, but they don't actually service the watch. They just, they kind of roll the dice, and if something happens, that they'll pay for it. But more often than not, they'll pay for it with an independent, not through Rolex. So yes, I can understand the prices could fluctuate like that. But one point that a lot of people miss, and it's probably a very important point, is you're guaranteed that watch is not stolen. And I would challenge any of Paul Thorpe's guys that they can't provide that guarantee unless their watch has ever gone to Rolex for service, that they could prove, because you can't, right? Like
Very true.
You literally can't.
Very true.
And so, like, for me,
if you're not AD, you have no access to any of that data.
Right. So if I was selling it, if I were a salesperson at that Rolex AD, I would, and if someone came and nickel and dimed me and said, hey, like, well, a dealer so and so is cheaping it or selling for 10% cheaper, I would say, yeah, but can you guarantee that watch is not stolen? Right. Do you want to roll the dice that in 10 years, when you send that watch for service, that watch won't get confiscated? What is their guarantee? And there isn't.
There isn't, exactly.
So I think this is actually a good thing. And honestly, I don't understand why a lot of the gray dealers are so angry. I get why they're angry, but car brands do this all the time, right?
Are they angry?
Oh, they're angry. I think that they do find it a threat, because it adds. It's like literally when the car brands started to do CPOs, BMW, Porsche, all these guys, right? You find more. You obviously understand why those cars are more expensive, because they're certified by the brand, the manufacturer. There's a warranty associated. You can buy a used car from somebody and they can say, oh, we have a guarantee, but you don't know if it's going to be serviced or even use genuine parts. And therefore, there's an inherent, in my opinion, less value in that when rolling the dice on the gray market. So even, and look, I buy from the gray market, don't get me wrong. I'm not, full disclosure, I do, but I do feel that there is, because everyone's complaining, oh, the prices are going to be more and more and more for these watches. I'm like, of course they are, because they're guaranteed.
I think I found the button. Let me see. Let me try. I'll try again. Let's see. Okay, it should work now. It should work now. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to move a couple of levers, couple of things, and hopefully we'll get the super chats going.
So yeah, I mean, I think that the CPO market, like the whole CPO idea is not, it's not a bad one. I think a lot of people are just watching the Bukura prices right now and using that as kind of the point of, you know, the start point, I guess, for them.
It's an interesting thing. Would you pay more for a certified Rolex pre-owned, or how do you feel? Do you feel this will be like David SW plus 20%? Like David SW, he's not the cheapest reseller, but he's a high quality reseller. What do you think the premium will be for this?
Well, that was the whole point of David SW, right? Like the whole idea is the quote unquote trusted seller, right? There's an inherent understanding that there may be risk associated to buy on the gray market. And therefore they say buy from a trusted seller, meaning that trusted seller, you know, has a history of likely selling real watches and or genuine pieces that aren't Frankenstein's, right? So this guarantee actually, in my opinion, just nullifies the even idea of a trusted seller, because why do you need a trusted seller at that point when the brand itself is offering this guarantee? And like I said, that stolen watch thing is a very real thing.
I experienced buying a stolen watch from a reputable dealer in Toronto, and I'm talking brick and mortar place. And it was nothing bad that they did; they just don't have access. It had a bit of a scratch on the bezel. It was the Yachtmaster. It was the Yachtmaster with the platinum bezel, the steel. I wanted it serviced. I sent it for service to be informed that it's stolen, and fortunately, I got that watch back because my AD helped out. I took it back to the seller, and they did not question anything. They just gave me the money back and took care of it. But just to prove the point that even the most reputable dealers, they don't have access to the data, will be in a position to sell you the stolen
What sort
piece.
of watch was it, Bear? What watch was it?
Yachtmaster steel, platinum dial, and platinum, and they all have
So
platinum.
how did it get discovered as stolen? You sent it in for a service?
You're not listening, are you? I sent it for service. Yeah.
That's with Rolex.
Yeah.
And they came back to you and said, "Hey, did you have did let me ask you some follow-up questions. Did you have the papers for this watch, or you didn't?"
That's actually a good question. No, it was a naked watch, and it was
Okay.
a terribly good deal. So I traded my two-door Monte Carlo, the blue one, toward it,
Oh,
and a
Monte
little bit
Carlo.
of cash. And he gave me back actually my watch as well.
Oh, he gave
And
it back
whatever.
to you.
Yeah. They did the right thing. And I'm not using it as an example of being bad in what they do. I'm using it as an example that
A good
they
dealer.
right. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah, like I mean, I even have another story, Archie.
Sure. Tell us the story.
I have a friend who's a dealer, and it's not necessarily a stolen watch, but they had purchased, I think it was some Cartiers. You got a super chat here, so you can maybe get to that first.
Yep, super chat. Let's have a look here. Mr. Zoso, $5. Torno Boucherer certifying Rolex for a long time and most likely the test pilot for this program. Don't think it will impact the current watch market much. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I don't think it'll. The only thing I want to ask you is, Tan, how do they explain to customers that the pre-owned watches are more expensive than the new watches? How would they explain that to a newbie?
If that were me, right, that's exactly what I would say. If Mr. Zozo walked in and I was the Rolex AD salesperson, and he'd said, "Hey, you're 20% more, 10% more than Gray Dealer X," I would say absolutely, right. But can you guarantee that Gray Dealer X's watch is not stolen, right? So Sure. Is that 10% worth to you rolling the dice? Right? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
Big guns, $20.
Thank God.
Decided to add
Thank
this
God.
one
We're alive.
Pam.
We're alive, Archie. Thank you, big guns. Thank you so much. Gee.
Big guns, $20. Decided to add this one Pam to my collection. Pull up Luminor 915 8-day manual wind.
Did you respond to Mrs. Also super chat?
Yes, we did there. We were talking about that where we were saying that we don't think it's going to affect the market.
Okay. You pulling up the Luminor 915 8 days manual wind?
I got to tell you, I have a soft spot for certain Pams, and
I only have a soft spot for tan. I don't have soft spot for Pam.
I actually have a soft spot for Pams. I've owned.
I know you do. I don't know why.
I like the ETA movement ones. I've owned an 8-day. The 8-day is actually pretty cool. That power reserve is definitely very it's very useful, right? So watch you can put down for.
Here it is, guys. Look at this. It's beautiful. Look at that. 44 mil steel, black dial, faux aged, indices. What's not to love about this?
Is it a sandwich style? I can't tell from the picture.
I think it might be.
If it's sandwich style, I think that's a winner. Like the Panaristi are just they don't like the 8-day script.
No.
But I've owned one. I don't really care.
What's more terminal, 8-day stripped or white dial? I don't know why white dials.
Well, white dial would be more terminal, but I actually love the white dials. I think they're so cool.
I know.
That part I don't understand.
If it's a sandwich style, go for it. I'm not a huge fan of the sausage style, to be totally honest with you. But
what did he pay? Big guns. What did you pay? Did you buy it new? Did you buy it pre-owned? What did you do? Did you get a deal?
I certainly hope it's pre-owned.
Just keep an eye out, Bear. He doesn't need to super chat.
I will.
Just keep an eye out.
I think this is a close modern version of the 005. Doesn't have the logo.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the 005.
Big Guns played this PAM 5300, obviously US, shipped 2 months old.
5300 is not a bad price.
US. No, that's a good price.
Because it's only 2 months old. Shit, that's
brand new. Okay, so I would say that's a very good buy.
Yeah, I've always liked PAMs.
Just to go back to Mr. Zoso's question, Mr. Zoso was saying that they've been doing this for a while, and most likely test pilot for this program. Don't think it will impact current market. I got to tell you,
hold on.
A lot of the
say
dealers already sell. I know in Brisbane, we got Langford's. They already sell pre-owned, right? They don't have a big selection. They're not really in touch with the market, Bear. That they're in fantasy land.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like they don't understand. Like they still think if it retailed for a certain price, it's like they think two-tone is more valuable than steel. Things like that. They don't understand the idiosyncrasies of the collector market.
My AD sells the pre-owned and spot on. The only problem that I see with my AD selling the pre-owned is they charge you the taxes, and that becomes quite prohibitive price-wise. Because
you bought a few off them, haven't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So I think that the one piece we're missing is that's just such a small portion of how much business they do today, and that's today, right? Think of it tomorrow when and think of it like a car dealer, right? Like if you're able to trade, and a lot of cars are selling for over retail, the CPO used cars. Porsche is a classic example of that. So if you're able to now, tap into that AD market, getting new Rolexes by saying, hey, I'll trade you some of my old watches, right? And maybe that's another avenue for people to build a relationship with an AD. That's what the car market does is if you want the new Porsche GT3 RS, well, you got to trade your old one in. They don't allocate. So I think that this is, as this gets bigger and bigger, and the ADs know this is a huge opportunity. This is another stream for people not to trade their watches to gray dealers, but to trade it to an AD to potentially get access to hyped watches or other pieces
Yes.
like down the track. So I think it's completely different than today, where yes, some ADs do this, but it's such a minimal amount of their business that it's just not. They wouldn't look at it that way.
Yes. Very true.
Because honestly, if I went to Bears AD and I said I'll give you my 5711 for retail, they may give me a nice watch down the track, right? Like it's not like you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that to my AD. I'm sure they would.
Right.
They are business people. Do you understand?
That's exactly it.
They are not necessarily enthusiasts. They're business people.
And I think this is what the gray market is so scared of, is this actually catching on. People actually turning to this as an avenue for it.
Tan, I'm interested to have you here. Remember, AP made a big song and dance. They were launching a pre-owned program.
Yep.
That never really seemed to. I haven't heard much about that. What happened to the AP?
I don't
reseller?
know. Honestly, I don't
remember that they were going to change the world. It was a big revolution. They had a big. I never really.
I think the issue with AP is they're a one-trick pony, right? They really are. You only really need one AP. Rolex, there's such a wide variety of Rolexes that you want. With AP, you're one and done with a Royal Oak. You don't need an offshore. You don't need any of these Jewels, Audemars watches. You don't need any of these watches. So I can't see that business model necessarily being great, because when you have a 15500 or a 15400 or a 15300, you're not going to keep trading it up. Like I just don't get it at that point. I don't see the value there.
Yes. I got to tell you, Bear.
What's up?
With these pre-owned program, do you have to buy garbage to get these watches, or they're going to be priced to the market?
Of course,
they
going to be priced to the market.
Okay, so you don't have to have a history or any special.
No, absolutely not. The pre-owned watches that they sell, they are priced to the market.
Now they're saying, interestingly enough, you notice they're saying it must be at least 3 years old. Can I tell you something secretly?
Tell me something, please. But make
nobody's
sure
listening. Tan, it's just nobody's listening. Could you just hum to yourself, just so that we don't share this? Let me say this to you, Bear.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who's a big whale. He buys a lot from ADs, right? From an AD.
Okay.
The AD said he doesn't really care after 2 years if he sells watches he's bought.
That's true.
He doesn't want people to flip them immediately.
Correct.
But a couple years down the track, yeah, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. They've set this 3-year time period. And
it's not just interesting, it's logical.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
It all goes in line to what the philosophy is, what they perceive as the right thing to do.
Yeah, and it's not like, used car market values. It's not like they're selling G-Wagons at retail price on the used market. No, they'll sell it over. And again, right, they have the rules too that they can only count a car as a used car. And often what they do is they have delivery miles on a car. They sell it to a preferred client. That client sells it back to them to get another car, and then they mark it up massively. This is not uncommon at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a free market, man. I don't even know why people get so fucking hyper about everything. Honestly, it's a free market.
I don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest.
Neither do I.
There's integrity. There's more integrity, as much as you want to quote unquote say integrity at a Rolex AD, but at least you have a more of an official channel with the vendor doing it that way than if you're, and look, there's a lot of great dealers like David SW that have been around for years. If there was a stolen watch issue with David SW, I know for a fact he would stand behind it. I know I know people who bought stuff from him that have had issues, not stolen, but other issues, and he stood behind it 100%. But there's a ton of great dealers out there that have popped up in the past 2 years, 1 year. All these guys on YouTube who are like, big YouTube stars that literally have been in the game for like 2 years. Those fly-by-night guys, in 5 years, when you send that watch in for service and they say it's stolen, I don't think you're gonna be able to get a hold of those guys. So,
Excellent
Mm,
point. And I'd like to highlight exactly how Mr. Zoso formulates that you are not marking up a pre-owned car, you are selling it at a market value.
you're not marking up. Yeah, that's a fair point. Um, how much would you be prepared to pay Bear and Tan for a Rolex certified pre-owned compared to a David SW? Or would you not pay a premium? How much percentage would you be prepared to pay? 5%, 10%, 20%?
In my opinion, he's the gold standard, right? He absolutely is. I would not have a worry, and I would actually prefer buying from him because it would be cheaper. But I knew that he would stand behind that on the majority, and he is more expensive, by the way, than the majority of the market. But I understand that.
Yes, he is. Yes. Yep.
Honestly, these other guys, I don't believe would stand behind their product like he would, and so he's already there, right? Like his prices may be the Rolex AD prices because he's already very expensive compared to everybody else.
Tanzil, does your Lamborghini have launch control?
Yeah, of course it does.
What
But
is that? What is that? What's a launch control?
it basically allows you to like the car will auto like when you're at a standstill and it'll do an automatic acceleration. Like you hold the brake and mash the gas, you let the brake go, and then it just does, and traction control's off, so it'll have the most acceleration essentially automated by the computer, shifted by the computer.
What's the cheapest car that has that launch control now on the market?
Well, I think a lot of them do actually. I don't think it's an uncommon thing anymore.
Oh, okay.
But even with my Lamborghini, I bought it used.
Do you have two Lamborghinis, or one is Lamborghini and the other one is at something else?
I've owned two. At the moment, I only own one.
You had two, right? I was right, Archie. He had two Lamborghinis. That's what I told you. Two Lambos, yeah.
Yeah, I only have one right now.
Which one you kept? Which color?
The red one.
Beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely. The other one was blue, right?
White.
White.
Did you enjoy having two?
I'm sorry, like I never had two at the same time. I've had.
Okay.
No. So last year I had a white one, and I bought that white one for $250 Canadian, and I was offered $290 to sell it to the dealer. Okay, so I sold it to the dealer.
Fuck! You're joking. $290?
$290. Okay. So my next one I bought for $340. The MSRP on the next one, the red one, is about $300 Canadian. So I paid over retail, about 10% over, but I can flip that right now for like $390. Right. So again, it's the same thing as the story here with CPO. It's like it's not like the AD is going to say, well, you sell me your Kermit for retail and I'm going to flip it for 10 times more. No, like they're going to also have to be somewhat close to market value because to get stock, they have to, they have to have people have to buy from them. And usually dealers in the car market buy for 12%. They usually make about 12% margin in the car market on the used car market.
It's actually, I got to tell you, Tan, one thing I love about you is you live the fucking dream.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, not many people have the balls. Well, like I used to say, what happens if I sold all my watches off and got a Porsche 911, right? You had the balls to fucking do this.
Well, that's the thing.
And you know what?
I actually thought about it today. I was like, well, I have a lot of positive equity in the car. Like, if I flip the car, I could get my 5711 back, right? It'll obviously be at market price, but or I could get an AP 15500 and add a Daytona and other things, right?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Like I'm blessed with, I got a lot of great watches. I got the Kermit, I got the Pepsi, and then I got the car. And
oh, he's got a Pepsi, Bear! He's got a Pepsi!
Yeah, it's just more balanced life, right?
Bear.
Like, I think it's just more balanced. You just have a bit more balance in your life, and like I enjoy the cars, I enjoy the watches.
How many watches do you have now, Tan?
I've got a Datejust 2, blue Romans. I have the 5196. I have a Moonwatch 3861 Hesselite. I have a Hulk. I have the Kermit. I have the Pepsi. And I think that's it.
You know what, Tan? Can I tell you how I'm looking at structuring my collection?
How so?
So at the moment, I have the 42 mil Explorer 2. It actually had papers. The burglars took the papers, okay? Okay?
I know he has a Pepsi, by the way.
Yeah, I was saying before, he's got a Pepsi. Okay, Tan, this is what I'm looking at structuring. So I've got a Explorer 2 42 mil, the
Yep.
Polar, which has always been my I love that watch.
No, you don't.
Friends in the community bought me some dealers, Vintage Watch Co. and Cove and Dave, the super collector. When the burglary happened, they bought me an Omega Speedmaster 3861 Halcylite.
Boring.
Still beautiful gift from good friends.
Beautiful gift, but boring. Keep going.
So, Tan, I want to add a two-tone 40 mil bluesy. And I want to add a 5196G.
I think it's perfect. I think
then down the
probably
track,
perfect.
if I have a good month or two, I might get a beautiful Reverso. Possibly rose
Get a
gold.
Pepsi, for God's sake.
Yeah, get a Pepsi. Honestly, like I didn't believe in the Pepsi, but just I got one.
Jesus Christ, he's so stubborn.
It's a
Ooh,
really-
super chat.
Bell, $2. AC, would you eat a Blanken foreskin for 100,000? You know what? One thing in life I can do is turn down crazy offers. I don't want to eat nothing for 100 million. Well, maybe 100 million.
Let's not get carried away. Yeah.
And by the way, SR Bell, I want to see the money first before I start eating this shit.
Yeah.
Held in escrow. Now we've got Tanzil,
Right.
$50. Where is Crypto Clyde?
Crypto Clyde.
He raised crit. Let me see if I can get him on there. Where is Clyde? I'll send him an invite, okay?
I texted him too.
Oh, he's gonna avoid you now. You're joking. Come on. I don't blame him either.
Why is that?
Because we obviously setting him up to give him a hard time.
No, we're not.
Oh, really? He rage quit from the Rich Body channel after he laughed at a lyric watch and called a crypto scam.
So I guess Rich Buddy he did a live stream. He hasn't done it in a long time. And he was asking
What's
Clyde
happened to Rich Buddy? What's happened? Did Rich Buddy get any FP Jones? That's what I want to know.
I don't think he got it yet. You got another
No,
one.
he's never gonna get FP.
Don't
Don't sell.
Okay, here we go.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Bell, $67, $2. Who ravages their body more, Clyde or Mike the Snake?
I would say Clyde.
Ravages. What does that mean? I went to Oxley State High. Ravages. What does that mean? Who ravages their body more? Ravages. What the fuck? What context is that used?
Abuses their body more.
The destruction effect. His face had withstand the ravages.
Ravaging your body basically means sitting and eating the whole gallon of ice cream and getting fatter as the day progresses, causing severe and extensive damage.
I gotta tell you, Clive is sorry, Bear. You know what? You gotta have some fun. You gotta enjoy a little. I was gonna go for a little drive in the BMW today.
If I understand correctly, Cliver is waiting for this watch.
Yep.
He paid for the watch, and some other people are getting nervous because no watches are coming.
He paid in advance and to build this watch, and Rich Buddy called it like a crypto scam. He's like, "Well, you mean you haven't got anything yet? And you keep getting delayed? Like, he's like, well, when's this going to happen?" So then Clyde obviously got really angry and exploded and left, which I don't know. I thought was pretty funny, but I don't know. I kind of agree.
I see. Well, I hope not. I don't want to see him screwed. Okay. I
don't want to see him hurt.
And he really was excited about that watch as well. So let's hope
Bill
he gets.
Sanders got one yet? Has he got his yet?
I don't know.
Bell, $2. No, Bear. Who fondles their body more?
Archie, did I tell you to prepare some nice hot tea and lemon or hot water and lemon to have and help you throughout the show because you obviously have some asthmatic cough?
It's a COVID cough, Bear.
Nah, nah, that's asthmatic cough. You have asthma because you're too fat and you're not well. I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
Archie.
Bear, for your diagnosis.
I'm a doctor. I play one on YouTube channel.
Archie, would you ever pay in advance for a watch and then hope someone would build it for you? Like,
No, Archie would never.
Look, I understand. Look, I don't think it's not $50,000 we're talking about, okay?
Well,
And
apparently it's in excess of 10,000 US.
I would say with Clivers, I think Bill Sanders is pretty honorable guy.
It's not just Bill Sanders that's an issue.
No, it's not.
He's not building anything, or he's not. Problem is that the third party or whoever's doing this can screw them.
That's
Things
exactly-
go wrong all the time in the industry. Things happen. Okay, well, the project failed. Sorry about that.
That's exactly it. I think they're just kind of getting dicked around. It's like a few people that have crowdfunded this watch to be built.
Look, it sometimes it does take some time. You got to be patient.
Feller's finally super chatting.
Fella, $2, tan 5164R with R8 or 911 for 36-year-old lowballer.
Archie, you go first. I'll go second on this one. Aquanaut and
You know what?
Aquanaut
I would say, yeah, the rose gold Aquanaut. I would say, seriously, get the 911.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 911.
The R8 is trouble.
And look,
Okay,
I know-
unless you're a purist, you're a real car person, that the Audi will fucking bite you. The 911, and particularly for a lowballer 36-year-old, it's more the douchebag sort of thing to purchase.
Yeah, I'm not a. I like the R8, but to pair it with that watch, 911.
By the way, fella, I've got a secondhand box for sale. Hey, JJ. How are
What's
you,
going
man?
on? I didn't know you started early, Arch. I would have.
He was rebel streaming, Archie.
no,
He was, just so you know, he was rebel streaming.
I just today, I just feel it. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to start a bit early.
Can we highlight Curly Q's comment? I really appreciate that comment.
Archie Bear, great to see one of the most generous and funny supporters of the Archiverse, Tanzeel. Great viewing during dinner. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Fan Viking Tastic.
Hey,
I like it. Archie's safe. Archie, I'm going to a museum. Burglars, the Burglar Museum. Come and visit.
Oh my God. Super chat, boss.
Super chat. Here we go. Bell, $5. Bear, would you lob up Mark Goldberg's partner's rod, Nucksack, and taint for 25,000?
Just lubing it? Just lubing it, that's all?
By the way, Bear, look at this beautiful box. I've just been cleaning it. Look at this box.
Oh,
It's
that's perfect box for fella. Probably yes. For just
Okay.
lubing it, I'd probably go for it. That's not
Come
bad
on,
money
fella.
for
It's
that.
not too badly damaged inside. The
How
top,
much, Arch? How
you
much?
can get the top done. You can. I think.
What are you asking for it?
What do you think?
I don't know, Archie. It's a simple question. What are you asking?
500.
You got money rolling in, boys.
What do you
Super
think,
Money,
guys?
money rolling in.
Super chats, Arch.
Keep in mind, you don't have anything fucking, no inserts, no little pillows, nothing.
Actually, Bear, I do have one.
Oh, okay, one. All right.
That's what the Explorer 2, that was its home.
Well done. Well done. Well
See?
done, Archie. Catch up with super chats and then do your fucking shtick.
Sorry. Okay, here we go. Super chat. Here we go. SR Bell, no, 25,000. I want a bit more. Sorry. Fella, $2. And let me guess, you're selling 20% above market. Thank you, fella. And Tan Zeal, $5. JJ, would you buy a certified pre-owned watch from Rolex AD for 10% more than random grey market dealer that is not well known with no service history?
Absolutely.
10% is not much, is it really?
Well, if you got to service it, figure you buy a watch. Let's say it's 15,000 the EMT on the secondary or whatever, 17,000. You're paying 1,700 more. If you had to service that watch, it would cost you what, 1,000?
Yep.
All right, so you're getting it serviced. You know it's legit, so whatever that's worth to you, and you gain some favor with the AD and say, "Hey, keep me in mind if a new watch comes in. I'm buying some pre-owned from you."
Yeah.
I think a lot of these dealers, like, I think they don't like the fact that they may have to service the watches now and add to the price, because most of them don't. They just offer a guarantee and roll the dice to hope it doesn't have a problem.
Yeah, they give you a 2-year warranty or whatever, and hope nothing breaks in the meantime.
Yeah, and it's like, this is where if you're at the Rolex AD and you're selling against that, you're like, well, what's the service history of the watch? And if you cost a great dealer, they're going to be like, oh, history unknown is what they always say, history unknown. Right. But we guarantee it. And look, like certain great dealers, I would stand by. David SW is one of them. Others, I don't think.
History, I know. I could just imagine the extracts there. This particular individual, he went to this posh school. His father drove S-Class Mercedes Benzes. They had domestic servants. The watch was cared for. His friends were at the Eton Club. Blah, 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 blah.
If you look
this watch was only worn in the finest of New York hotels and recreational massage facilities.
If you look on the Bucaro website, who's already doing this, they give you no information, not even the year of the watch.
Trooper, $2. Better than nothing, Archie. Thank you, Trooper.
I think it's a start point, right? I don't think that. I mean, it's the first week this is out. So there's not a lot of information. And I think as it gets more competitive, as more ADs get this, I think it's just going to get better and better. I think it's a huge avenue for them. And I think that they know that.
A lot of these ADs, they already do have a secondhand section.
Very small amount of their business, though. Very small amount.
Any AD I go to at Rolex doesn't have any Rolex in the secondhand. I don't think they're allowed.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a conflict of interest. But they also, if you bring one in and offer it to them, they'll buy it and sell it to a gray dealer. You know what I mean?
They'll sell it to contacts they've got. They've got contacts.
Right, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
This is an extra avenue for them to make money, right? Like if they can make 20% margin on a watch, and they've got a huge.
By the way,
coming in,
I think the only company that did pre-owned well was Vacheron. Remember the Vacheron? They didn't call it pre-owned. They call it vintage. They had, vintage models that they would restore and make beautiful.
Right. Well, what they're going to do, Arch, think about it. And Tan, let me know what you think. If you like, we were just talking about this before. If you have, let's say, a Daytona you bought 3 years ago, right? Because 3 years is the threshold, right? Yeah. Now, what's to stop you from contacting, hey, Arch, you still got that Daytona? You enjoying it? Yeah. You want to trade it in for a new one?
Would you like to trade up to a two-tone?
Would you like to trade in for a brand new one? How about that? Same watch, but brand new. Now I sell you that watch for 15. I get you used one. I sell it for 25.
Yep.
So if I got to sell it to someone, I might as well sell it to you and make 10 grand putting the other one in my showcase.
Oh shit! I see what you're saying. So you're saying they could use? Fuck, that's pretty sneaky, JJ.
Make money.
That's
both
my
ways,
middle name,
right?
Arch. Sneaky.
JJ's all about sneaky, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
That's why he's driving an SLS. That's why he's got the SLS.
Yeah, I mean they make money on the
CLS. That's why he's got the CLS.
So basically, what ADs will do is horse trading. They will
to their own.
They will tell the clients, "I'll give you Pepsi. You give me that 5-year-old sub, and then it goes." And he
doesn't want the 5-year sub. He wants the Panda. He wants the old Panda. He wants the previous Pepsi Bear. He's not. They're not going to offer you for garbage. They're not going to offer you that deal on a fucking two-tone you bought from them, a 36 mil two-tone Datejust.
it's how much they can make, right? Like they're going to make money on the retail side.
They'll measure the amount they can make. Exactly.
And also, that's gonna do add another dimension. You want to get in on their club? You want a new GMT? How many pre-owned have you bought from us? 3. If you haven't bought at least 3, then you can't get on the list.
Guaranteed new dimension to building a relationship with the AD.
And what's the downside,
will
guys?
be that.
Why would any one of us not do that? What's the downside? Why would you send it to a great?
I'd rather, to be honest with you, Tanzil, I agree. I'd rather be buying pre-owned Rolex watches than Omega, Cartier, whatever else I'd have to buy, IWC, Breitlinks, to build a fucking relationship with the AD. I'd rather buy.
They might say that that's a different part of the business. Never the twain may cross.
But think of it. No, they won't. Think of it like this, Arch. Let's say you have a Batgirl. Good example, right?
Yep.
They're going for what, 16 and a half, 17, whatever they're going for now.
Yeah.
You go into your AD, you say, I'll sell you this watch. What do you give me? Let's say they say we'll give you 14.5 or 15, whatever. And they'll make a couple thousand, they'll put their little cream tag on it and pay Rolex.
I'll be back in 1 minute, Bear.
Sure.
Can you let Mikey first in? Mike the Snake wants to jump on. So before you start taking shit, eating ice cream, and doing all kind of shit, please, can you let him on?
Yeah,
real quick. He'll be back.
He's coming.
Where are you going, by the way, Archie? What's the reason for leaving?
I'm going to get a tea. You said get some fucking iced tea.
Can we make sure that this happens from now on prior to the show, so we don't do this during the hours of entertainment for the punters?
You're the one who said get tea. I didn't even.
I said get it yesterday. I told you get it before you start the show.
Okay. Hey, Mikey, how are you?
Hi, Archie. I'm doing okay.
Come prepared, right?
I'll be back.
Oh, he's got an excuse for everything, man.
Bear, do you
Hi,
come
Mikey.
Do you come prepared when you do?
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Hey, what was the topic of your live stream today?
We're talking about right now, actually. That's why I'm trying to hit on some of the points of what we were talking about. And it wasn't like obviously all my ideas. Everyone was kind of pitching in and talking about it. But what I was going to say was, now picture you have a Batgirl, right? That's and it goes for 16.5, whatever. They offer you 14.5. You can tell them, hey, I'll give you the watch for 12. Can you get me on the list for a Panda? As soon as you get it, we'll trade it in.
Right.
So you're basically bribing them with an extra $2,000 in cash that they could potentially make in profit selling it. So there's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing going on.
Yeah. As Archie said, it's adding. No, you said adding new dimension to the whole dealing with the AD. Mikey, can you bring the super chat from Bud the Stud?
Archie just said he has to get tea. That's all he added to that. Come on.
Super chat from Bud the Stud. Mikey, can you read it, please?
Bud the Stud, $19.99. My AD has pre-owned watches for at least a couple of years. I have purchased a couple pre-owned from my AD. So you think instead of 10 pre-owned watches, they will have, instead of 10 pre-owned watches, they will have 50? I've also traded in a watch or two.
That's actually a good question. And I want to ask you guys, how is this different really from what ADs are doing already?
It is different because it's first of all, there's very few of them that do this. It's not a lot of them, not every one of them. Number one. Number two, this is now a known market for the collector, right? So not every AD, this is not open to everybody to go and take your watch to an AD. And ADs now are authorized by Rolex to do this, and therefore they can now open this as a true revenue stream for themselves and will capitalize on pushing that revenue stream. Like JJ was saying, calling up customers saying, hey, would you trade that into me, right? Because honestly, Bud, I'd ask you the question, like I highly doubt they're calling you up all the time because it's just not their business model today. But tomorrow it actually will be. And for us to say, no, it's not, I mean, look at used cars, like Mikey, you're probably from an era when like maybe the manufacturers didn't offer CPOs and you just had used car dealers. And the second the manufacturers started offering CPOs, all those used car dealers were up in arms, right? So like,
Yeah, I get my car dealership calls me all the time, wanting to buy my car, back, but
Right.
their numbers are always ridiculously low, not worth even bothering with. Or is the discussion the announcement by Rolex that they're entering the used watch world?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Sorry if I sound funny. I've got my medicine under my tongue for another 5 minutes. So
No problem, Mikey. Can you bring another super chat from
Sure.
Trooper?
I'll read it, being that Mike's got medicine under his tongue.
Exactly.
yeah, read it, please. Oh, hey, Mikey. I can read that one well
Hey,
enough.
Mikey. Mikey's on.
Trooper $2. Hey, Mike. There you go.
Nice.
yeah, I mean, JJ, is your
Right.
AD calling you for used watches right now? Like, they probably
No,
not.
I haven't heard anything yet. Not yet.
Hey, I wanted to
We're
say
still
I'm
brand
sorry I missed yesterday. Yesterday was just a day that shouldn't have happened. I'll just put it that way. And so I'm sorry I just was a no show and went dark yesterday. But I'm back and I'm here damn near every day. So
All good, Mike. What were you saying,
Right
Tan?
on.
I'm sorry.
happy to be back. What?
No, Tan had asked the question. I just missed part of it. I didn't hear what he said.
Oh,
No, I just asked, like, if again, like Bud said, his AD does this. He may have a larger, more well-known AD that does this, but
Right.
not a lot of them do it right now. So I just think it's going to move the ADs to do this more, and that's why you probably will see more watches in there.
Neither of mine do it because I don't think they're allowed to do it, to be honest. I don't think they're allowed to use Rolex, and they
And
don't
here's
have
the
the
important
blessing.
thing is they can also advertise these online. They couldn't do that, but I think they were allowed to do it once during COVID. Remember that time during COVID? Some of them could post it online, but now it's officially allowed, I think, to sell it online, which is unprecedented.
Interesting.
They're trying to put a dent in the gray market for sure. And like Swiss had a good point before. He said he thinks, excuse me, he said he thinks this will hurt the black market way more than the gray market, where you can get a watch certified now, where you'll know it's not fake. So
They're not even not fake, right? Like, I mean, I've purchased watches off Rolex forums, and I know, Bear, that's a contentious point with you, Rolex forums. But when I first got into watches, I bought a Datejust, and I took it to my AD to get it authenticated, and the AD was like, "Well, it's a real Rolex, but like, it's got the clasp from like a two-tone watch, so like it's a Frankenstein, right?" And the gray was saying, "Well, genuine Rolex parts." Now the gray did let me send it back; it was all good, but like, I mean, it also guarantees that the parts are authentic for the watch.
yeah, super chat from Mike.
Mikey, super chat.
hold on.
Fellow.
Okay, where is it?
Right,
last
next
one, the last
one
one,
after
fellow.
Trooper.
Mikey,
Yeah.
okay, explain why your car is worth 12, not 8K. I was just responding to that. That's why I was fucking off on La La Land typing. My car is a 335 IS, not a 335i. A 2011 335i is in kind of like weak condition. Is worth about eight grand. Okay, a 335 IS. If you just go look at the listings, any listings anywhere, okay, they're listing at 18 to 24,000, and around there. The blue book I think is between 14 and 19. And I'm asking, mine's listed at 14, best offer, and I've been very explicit in my ad, about what it is, and don't give me insultingly low offers, and to call, not text, and nobody's bothered to listen or even read the ad. But that's why it's an IS. That should be that answer in itself should be enough. To elaborate, the IS has the better engine. It's got the
It's got the extra oil pump at the front. For God's sake.
It's got the N54 twin turbo engine. First of all, second of all, instead of running lights, it's got an extra oil cooler and an extra radiator where the lights would be. So if you were to track the car, an extra large radiator is not really necessary unless you're really, pushing the engine or hopping it up, and it basically it's the car was designed as an enthusiast's car.
It's
Also,
getting the $2 worth. Yeah.
my car has the tool. Well, you
Fella,
asked.
look, can I say this to you, Mike? I don't think it's fella doesn't seem to be that interested. He just, he's a hard. He promised me I could stay in his New York apartment, Bear. Remember that?
And you should have.
I did, but that promise kind of fell through.
Yeah. Well, he asked, so it's an IS. Okay, it's not a regular I, and it's just worth.
He didn't just ask. He super chatted, so Mike needs to answer. That's absolutely right.
Yeah. And on top of that, my car has the dual clutch transmission, which is rare and awesome.
DSG,
That's
it's the
super chats coming
DSG.
DCT.
We got DCT. There you go, guys. You heard it on the Archie Luxury channel. We've got another super chat. We've got some super chats coming in, Bear. You know this? We've got super chats galore. Tanzil, $5. Certified.
Tanzil found the button.
Certified pre-owned Rolex offers the AD multiple new revenue streams. Make margins on the retail sale. Make margin on the used sale. And potentially finance kickback.
Yeah, I mean,
do many ADs offer finance in Australia? They don't. The high-end snooty ADs don't really offer finance,
though, right? Like if I were them,
is that a big thing?
If I were them,
I'd
100% go after that because the banks offer a kickback. When you can get a loan for a specific finance amount. So I would absolutely pursue that. But here, like JJ said, they call you up, they buy your watch. Well, boom, they're making margin off the watch that you sell to them. They make a margin off the watch they sell to you. And potentially, if you want to finance that, well, the bank's going to kick them a margin. Like, if you're running the AD, if you're the owner of the AD or one of the top execs of the AD.
Well, the funny thing is, I think they made more from me financing the car than they did selling me the car.
So the way finance kickback.
Oh, of course.
The bank is the one that like pays the dealer a percent of the finance back. Right?
They would much prefer to finance a car than have somebody come in and pay cash for it.
Yeah. The long and short of it is this is them taking care of their preferred dealers. And I bet you they don't give this to everyone because whoever they're trying to get rid of, this is just an acceleration. They're going to give it to their preferred dealers and everyone else can take a walk.
Well,
that's going to be it.
One thing
super chats, boys. Super chats. Let's keep up.
Okay. Super chat. Keep up there. Keep up there, guys. We've got some great super chats coming in. Stud Muffin, $2. Any BMW should come with platinum cufflinks.
Good picture. What does that mean? Good avatar of you there, Arch.
I think it is actually. Stud Muffin, send that to me. That's a beautiful avatar. I would
be
love
your
to have that.
LinkedIn photo, Arch.
Yeah, I definitely could use that as a LinkedIn photo. That's for sure. Swinging kangaroo. We love the swinging kangaroos. $10. I've spoken with my AD. I think Bear knows my AD regarding the certified pre-owned. Coming next spring, yes, preferential customers will get informed first of what is coming for inventory. Also, traded pieces, like JJ said, helps. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're not getting that market now, are they?
No, think about it. They sell you a watch. They make their 30%, whatever they make. 3 years later, they call you up, trade it in. They give you a lower price than you're going to sell it for. So they make a profit on that. Let's say 15%, 10%, whatever. And then they sell you another watch for the trade-in at another 30%. So it just keeps a rotating door of loyal customers.
Now, I've only
and then with the ones that they get used, that's how they attract the new customers. Hey, buy 2 or 3 of these, and you'll get on the list for new stuff.
Sure.
If I may just say, if I may say thank you to Swinging Kangaroo for cheering with me today for my country in the World Cup.
How did you go there?
We lost. We are out.
Fuck!
So I'll return the favor and I'll be cheering tomorrow for US with you, Swinging Kangaroo. Super
Sweet.
chats.
Fella.
Super chat.
My God, I'm cleaning fella's box at the moment there. And fella says, Tan 4s or 4S or GTS 4S for 36 with Richard Mill in Miami lowballing.
I'd go with GTS 4S. GTS is the higher model. The 4S is a model lower. He's talking about
Talking Porsches, right?
Yeah, 911. He's talking about if he's in Miami, he's wearing a Richard Mille. Should he have a GTS 4S? 4S is all-wheel drive, or just a 4S, which is a standard S. That's
Why don't they like the all-wheel drive system on Porsche? Like second-hand wise, they're more expensive new, but second-hand they tank. Why is that?
It's like really expensive to maintain and just not necessary.
Well, you have a rear-wheel drive BMW, right? Like there's a reason for that. I have an all-wheel drive BMW, but I have a purpose for that. I live in a country that has winter. And,
snow shit.
All-wheel drive makes sense, but rear-wheel drive is just a better driver's car. It's more fun.
Yeah.
If you're in Miami, you don't need
Porsche's all-wheel drive is really complex and performance oriented. I mean, it's got a center differential that's computer controlled, and throws power to the front and back as needed, and it's a juggling act, and it's a pretty complicated system. They basically fixed the understeer issue that Porsche's rear-engine Porsches have always had through that, but they also kind of took the spirit of the rear engine out of it at the same time. But that, and on top of it just being really expensive to maintain and own. A lot of guys take the 4S and they remove the front drive systems and have the transmission converted back to rear-wheel drive only.
They do, absolutely. They do.
Is that feasible to do?
Yeah, totally. You just you move the front differential and the drive shafts, and you
doesn't the computer not like that, but
well, no, you unplug the computer from the transmission, and the computer just sends out a signal to nowhere, and if there's no front end to respond to it, then nothing
Sorry
happens.
to interrupt, guys, but we need to keep up with super chats.
Sure.
We have one of those member super chats which you cannot see on StreamYard, and it's coming from Loose Goose, who's been a member for 2 months, bronze member. Mike, elaborate the difference of DCT versus auto transmission.
Versus auto transmission? Well,
auto trans.
Automatic, right? Okay, the dual clutch transmission is an actual gearbox, just like you would have like with a stick shift. Okay, an automatic transmission has a torque converter that is filled with oil, and that kind of acts as your clutch. So when it's spinning at slow RPMs, inside it's got these little veins, these little pedals, and they swirl in among the oil. Okay, and at idle, the oil doesn't really push back against those veins very much, so the car doesn't want to drive forward. When you increase the engine speed, the oil resists against those veins, and the torque converter then starts putting energy back to the transmission, and therefore you take off and you go. And then the transmission has a different gear set, a different type of gear called a planetary gear arrangement, and that's how automatic transmissions work. The dual clutch transmission has a standard gearbox with the actual gears: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Mike, wrap it up. It wasn't big
okay.
money.
Very quickly.
Okay.
Tanzil, $5. Playing devil's advocate with the panel. Give us a reason why you would go to a grey and not to a Rolex AD. Well, I'll tell you the reason is that I really don't like the snootiness of a lot of Rolex ADs. This game,
yeah.
To be honest with you, I feel so much better. Like sometimes I'll even buy things on eBay instead of buying it through, I don't like dealing with these snooty stores, and I got to be honest with you, they can be very intimidating. Especially, I went to Richard Mill, and he was telling me why would you buy pre-owned when you can come to us? And it's because they're unapproachable. There's 3 fucking doors you've got to go through. They're not exactly inviting. You've got it's very hypocritical, but these guys are not easy to deal with. Let me say that to you. And so, devil's advocate, give us a reason. Tan, why wouldn't you go? Why would you go grey instead of AD?
I think it would be price. I think it'd be willing to roll the dice on it. If a gray says, "Well, I could do it for 10 or 15 or 20% cheaper," I would at some point potentially just be like, "Well, I
don't you agree?" David SW is so approachable compared to fucking.
He is, but understand the unapproachability right now is, and it's related to Bud the Stud's next super chat. Is everyone's got a sour taste in their mouth. They get, I saw a text from our local AD saying, "Hey, come to our holiday party. By the way, there's no Rolexes, but maybe you can buy your wife something." Like it's just swindling fucking bullshit. But if you read Bud the Stud's next super chat after maybe the rest of the panel chimes in, I think you'll kind of resonate what I'm saying.
Bear, why would you go grey instead of Rolex AD?
Price.
JJ?
Why would I? Well, what Bear said, price. If you have someone you trust that you know is giving you something legit for cheaper.
Why would you go grey instead of Rolex AD?
Availability and price.
Okay,
there we go. Keep rolling. We keep rolling.
$2. I'd rather have used Rolex than buy jewelry, in my opinion.
This is exactly what I said earlier. So, Bud the Stud, I could not agree more.
Fella, excited for our brekkie. Bring the books, magazines. # lowball. Thank you. When are we having that breakfast, by the way, fella?
Archie, just offer him a lower price, but factor in a way more expensive breakfast. So
no, he's too stubborn. Way too stubborn.
Wait, how are you guys going to have breakfast? Isn't he in the U.S.?
They can do a Skype breakfast.
Yeah,
virtual
sure.
breakfast.
Now, somebody mentioned financing, and will the ADs be able to? I've never seen ADs offer financing. I've only seen a lot of independents selling, offer financing, online. I don't know about David SW, but
that's financing.
Yeah, they all offer financing.
Yeah,
they keep it discreet. They don't blast it all over because it doesn't look classy. But
some of them do. Some of them are just it's this much or this much per month if you finance, through us. And blah, blah, blah.
It's like Tan said. Why wouldn't they? It's a revenue. It's an avenue of revenue for them. They make money at the bank.
Well, I mean, if they're jumping into the used game, and they might as well jump in on full, deep end first and go financing too.
Right.
And fucking scoop up everything.
Mikey, did you upvote?
What's that?
Did you upvote?
Did I?
Click the thumb up. JJ, did you upvote?
Just did it.
Me?
Sorry.
No.
Did you upvote?
I'm the one who told people that. Yes, of course.
Let's upvote, guys. Come on. Let's support the pontiff, the legend. The YouTuber of the year, the YouTuber of the century.
We started early today, right? For some reason.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Energy. Archie's full of energy.
He wanted a rebel stream me, Archie. He was running me off the course.
Pretty much.
I wasn't aware of that, and because usually,
I was just trying something. I was just trying something. That's all.
Because I usually set things up, and I open 2 pages up, one for me and one to be able to chat in my name and to upvote with.
By the way, Bear, this coming my Thursday, which is your Wednesday, Bear.
Yes, sir.
I've got an appointment in the morning with my insurance guy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So what should I do? Just don't do a show, Bear, or see if someone wants to
who can cover? Who do you have that can start and end? I'll jump on, of course, but who can run it?
I could always start it. I can always start it. It's just that I've got to go to some meetings. That's
Mikey,
all.
do you?
If you started it, I could end it. You know,
Perfect. Done. Done. Mikey, done. Jump on, and
yeah, and
and
we'll
we'll do
run
the
for
show.
the 2 hours, and if longer, maybe if everybody feels like it. And I have this little red thing up on the right.
You got it, buddy.
End
You got it.
broadcast. So you started, I'll end it, Arch.
There you
No
go.
worries there.
Super chat from the legendary Tanzil.
Tanzil, $5. Why would you not take 0% financing from an AD? Free money, folks. Yeah, look, I've done quite a few.
Actually, I have a question.
Look, I would do that.
Does anyone actually in Canada? I never asked. I'll be honest with you.
They do. So
they do.
Yeah. So
0%.
When I bought the Datejust 2 in 2012.
Do you believe me? Sorry to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
My AD doesn't want to even let me use the credit card for Rolex.
Because they get charged 3%, right? But when you finance, they actually make money, right? They get a kickback. So in Canada, there was I forget the name of it, Jeweler something. It used to be called. It's called Flexity now, and they do a lot of financing for like appliances and whatnot. So when I bought the Datejust 2 way back 10 years ago, I financed a portion of it because it was 0%. I'm like, well, if it's 0%, like, you know.
The only thing is they often have monthly fees on the loan.
There's no monthly fee, 0%. The only time you get charged interest is if you don't pay it off.
You miss a payment. You miss a payment, it goes right to 35%.
I had no payments for 12 months. Like straight up, it's like here's the money. Yeah,
cool. They give you a year of leeway.
Yeah.
So 0% for a year if you pay it off within a year.
That's right. If you don't, then obviously you get hit with like 20%.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen interest, but
credit cards do this thing where they offer you 0% or some really low interest rate. But if you happen to make one late payment, or it's in the fine print, or miss one payment, then it automatically reverts to their standard or some even higher interest rate, like 35%, and there's no going back. So they sucker you into like taking all your debt, lumping it into this one account where you're paying a really low interest on, and then you fuck up 1 month, and then boom, now all your money you're paying 35% interest on for that agreed upon amount of time. Yeah, no, credit card companies.
Even credit card though, right? Like unless you have the intention of paying that credit card off within the 30 days, you're better off to even just HELOC it at that point, because your HELOC interest rate would be much lower than your credit card interest rate.
The only problem is problem with HELOC is
Archie's an expert. Archie's an expert on HELOC.
The only problem is you could be paying it off.
What about solar panels? Is that something we should consider?
Well, yeah, Archie, like if you're financially irresponsible and you just pay the interest, then yes, it's stupid. But like, I'm saying,
how dare you mention financially irresponsibility with ArchieLuxury? This is the man who had a credit card debt of
$86,000.
$86,000. He's talking to Sakahorn. And
mind you, let me say this to you. Could you imagine I had $86,000 of credit card debt and I was burgled?
Robbery.
I would be fuck me dead. How would I fuck?
And Sakahorn looks at him and he firstly, good job, Archie. And he goes and says, good man. Like, how do you sleep, man? How do you live? How do you do this? Like, fuck me, dead. Crazy.
Actually, a lot of the exotic car owners actually HELOC their cars. And then this is how they portray the whole I paid cash, because you can't see a lien on their Carfax. Banks hate financing exotic cars because it's not a great asset to begin with. But a lot of these guys, because I have friends that work in the banks and they handle a lot of these loans, and they see often the purchase of a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever. And the reality is that like the interest rate that you would get.
Why do banks hate them? Why do they hate them? There's nothing wrong with them.
Banks, they have to there are two factors they look at when they're giving you a loan: is your ability to repay it, so that's through your credit score and everything else,
Yeah.
but also the retrievability of the asset, right? And can they retrieve the money from the asset? And in exotic car markets, it's such a small market. It's not like Auto Trader on a Honda Civic where you have 1,000 examples of what that's worth over a period of time. You've got a very small group of type of cars that there isn't a lot of like data. So the volatility of the market could mean that the bank is underwater on the loan and can't recover the amount of money. So that's why they don't like it. So your interest rates are going to be, in Canada at least.
Are you a VinWiki fan? Can I ask you that, Tan?
I love VinWiki.
Ed Boland, you love Ed Boland?
I've actually talked to him a few times, and I know I've talked to John Tamarian, who's curated, does a lot of the Lamborghini stuff. They're cool guys.
I would like to congratulate the Texas millionaire, Patek Philippe, for trading his blue DJ 41 towards Summit.
Bring it up there. Arrives Monday from my gray market.
Monday from the gray dealer, Hero. The Texas millionaire, Summit. I love Summit. What a fucking
you're gonna love it. I got it. I think I got it like a few days after Bear. I love mine. I think it's awesome. And I have a Hulk too, and I love the Hulk as well.
How can you not love green on Rolex, man? Green on Rolex is so fucking beautiful. Green for the win. Green for the win.
That's why I keep trying to talk Archie into buying a Hulk while they're reasonably
Archie
priced.
should buy Pepsi, Hulk, and White Daytona. End of fucking story. Trio, dream trio. Forget the fucking lady size Pateks. Forget the fucking 42 millimeter fucking wide dial fucking 6 bezel fucking pretend GMTs. Forget the boring plastic fucking what's it called, Speedies. All right, you get a ceramic Pepsi on Jubilee. You get Summit or Hulk, whichever you prefer. I love them both. And you get a white or black Daytona. Fuck me dead.
Honestly, I can't find a more perfect watch than the Pepsi. Like I really
I agree with you. I agree with you.
7-Eleven there. And I still think the Pepsi is better than that. Like,
is the Pepsi's a GMT, right?
What is Archie doing? Is he scratching lottery tickets, hoping he's gonna fucking win something?
Scratching the paint off.
Pay attention, man. This is your job, man. Job.
I'm listening. I'm just scratching. I'm just scratching the.
Scratch something else, okay? Super chat from Curly Q, the legend of Dungeon, and the newest admin.
$5. AC3, please buy a cough button on Amazon. Give me a start time for Dungeon. Okay, Curly Q. We're going to start the dungeon in exactly 1.5 hours' time.
Okay.
There you go.
Start the dungeon. By the way, Curly. By the way, Bear, can I just say something between you and me?
Okay, guys, please mumble, humble, and allow us to talk privately. Go ahead.
Cover your ears.
Okay.
Sirocco and Dodger are taking a break for a while.
Okay.
Okay. They weren't really happy with some of the decisions you made, Bear.
Well, I'm sorry. I did not make these decisions with purpose to insult anyone.
I said Bear's trying to help me frantically rebuild my collection. He's trying to help me frantically rebuild. Okay, is that true or not?
Listen. No, I don't even see it as that. I see it as what is the best for a financial future of that channel. That's how I look at it. Mm-hmm. I'm really sorry that they took this the wrong way, and hopefully they'll change their mind and return. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Huh.
Right? What else is there to say, really?
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like it is what it is, but sorry to hear that.
I want to say hi to Shot in the Dark, another great guy on the dungeon.
You must admit, Curly's doing a great job, isn't he? He's fucking amazing.
Curly's doing fantastic job. And I don't want people to misunderstand. Curly was not made admin because of some favoritism or whatever. It simply has to do with empowering him so he can do his job right. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I remember when he started, he was a troll, and I remember laying into him hard because he was dogging me and other people.
He still talks about it, actually, to be honest with you. No, Mikey, let me tell you something. I had a private conversation with him on the phone. He still has nightmares about it, okay? tread lightly about it. Okay, let's not get
Of
carried
course.
away.
No,
So
no.
wait, let's not get too far ahead here.
I
What's
wanted
the
to
gossip,
end
Arch?
with I've gained the utmost respect for Curly. Is what I was going to end things with.
Sure. What did you ask, JJ?
I said,
JJ
what's the
said
gossip?
gossip.
I mean,
This is
Arch
the
started
gossip.
it. You like reveal what
Yeah, this
choices
is
did
it.
they not like? What did Bear do? I'm curious to know.
Well,
Oh,
they're
meaning from from. Go ahead, Archie.
Let's
Please
air it
answer
out.
to
Air
JJ.
out the grievances. You know, let's
so Bear basically rang me and said, Archie, you make Curly an admin or you're
In JL,
fucked.
in JL.
And JL an admin or you're fucked.
and they didn't like that.
No, it's just private. That's what he said to me. He said, these guys are bringing in so much money. Fucking help
I
them.
agree.
He
Curly
goes,
is
man. He goes,
on that
man,
show.
you're mentally not all together. I'm your brains and do what I say. Give them controls. They
Right.
are there all the time. They're having a great time. And he just said, look, if you want to rebuild your collection, you have to fucking do smart choices.
Yeah, got to make some
what,
decisions.
so
Gotta
what
make
was
some
wrong
money,
with what was
boys,
wrong
some
with that
money.
analysis?
We got some money coming in, boys.
Well, look, the problem is, look, I still like Dodger, I like Sirocco, okay?
Yeah.
Bear didn't think they had the same marketing styles that would
No, I
rebuild my
didn't even
There's
say
enough-
that. I just said they are not as entertaining as Curly and Narc and people around that time. But that wasn't really an issue, to be very honest with you.
Right. There's enough time where they can do their own time slot, their
Exactly. The issue was that
Curly
Curly.
needs the tools. He needs the tools to do his fucking
Exactly.
job.
So
own thing. It's like
there-
shift workers, you know, they work in shifts. Like after the show,
exactly. It's
Curly
literally
and Narc
nothing
and
to
them
do with
go.
Curly. They can coexist in that space absolutely fine. I see no reason for them to overreact. I see no reason for them to be upset.
That's
The
what I said
only
to them. I said,
reason,
guys,
the
still
only
love
reason
you.
would be egos being hurt. That's it.
Yeah. Sounds
Everybody
like
wants to be the boss. Arch, you got super chats.
Super
Got that
chats. We got
money.
super chats.
Speaking of being the boss, read the super chat.
Get that money.
Exactly.
Get that money. Here we go. We got my good friend. Oh, we got.
Tanzil.
Sorry, hang on. We got Tanzil first. Tanzil, $5. If watches are truly investments and offer a higher return than the interest on a HELOC, what holds the panel back from building the portfolio? Well, I can tell you what fucking holds me back. I was burgled. I fucking preached the same thing. You know what happened to me? Instead of paying down my home loan quicker, what do you think I fucking did? What did I do? I put my money into watches, and guess what happened to me? Right? They fucking. I had.
But okay, Archie, let's be fair and call that anomaly. This is a good
Yeah.
question. This
And
is
also-
a good question.
all my
Okay?
extra money. All my extra money.
Can we forget
was-
you for a second and your narcissism? Okay, like we all know you're narcissist. Let's talk about JJ. Okay, JJ, can you tell me what prevents you from building the portfolio?
Well, first of all, I don't look at them as the same type of investment as real estate. I think real estate's a way better investment. And just to counter what Arch said, Arch, you have real estate, right? You have insurance on your
Yes.
real estate.
Yes.
He's narcissistic.
But you
That's
didn't have them on
Lex.
your, if you would have had
Ask
them on your
Lex.
watches.
He clicks on all the things. Okay, so just ignore him right now. He needs that to recover. Okay,
Yeah.
we're helping him by ignoring him for the moment. Okay.
It's hard to steal real estate too.
But I
Believe
think
you me, that can
I don't
happen.
know. I think it's less stable
Title
than
fraud
real
is
estate.
huge. Title
Well, 'cause
fraud is
that's
huge.
not-
Tanzil, can you
Is it?
answer this
Okay.
super
Yeah,
chat? Can you
yeah, so-
actually give us your perception?
Yeah,
on
so
this?
like we think of it like this, right? Like when you're using a HELOC, like the true, I would say the best use of a HELOC is to invest in, invest that money that's going to make more money, right? And
Right.
the whole question is centered around what the gray dealers do, right? Because the gray dealers leverage
Hey,
to buy.
Tan. I got a brainwave. Brain break. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Should I go to my bank and ask for 150 HELOC?
No, Archie, no.
I'm asking Tan.
No,
I'm asking Tan.
no,
Tan,
just
should I-
keep working the way you are, Archie. You're
The
doing
theoretical
fucking great.
question, It's
It's
not
a great recovery.
It's not a
Takes
suggestion.
time.
But what I'm
Hey.
saying is that like you HELOC and you invest in your house, you renovate it and you sell it for more, right? Or you buy other properties with that money that's secured against the property, right? So like JJ was saying, he's like, well, real estate's probably a better investment than that, and therefore I may use my money for that purpose. But gray market dealers, I mean, they leverage, right? They get loans from banks, and their loans may be at an interest rate that's much higher than
That is true. That is an excellent point.
And so this would be like just doing exactly the same thing if you were to buy the right pieces, and you can believe that the pieces are going to give you a 10% return or a 15% return. There's really nothing wrong with it, in my opinion.
See, the banks won't let you borrow money against collateral of watches. They're like exotic cars. They don't like them.
This is why many gray market dealers are looking for investors.
Well, not even that, Bear. Like a lot, like I have friends that work in the banks, and literally, like what ends up happening is that the loan applicant will say, "I need a HELOC for renovations for my house." Right. So obviously the bank will give the money. Right. They don't question that. And it's a secured asset to a home. Like it's a very, very secured loan. Literally, like a day later, they'll see a check going to Lamborghini Brisbane. You know,
right?
The bank can't stop you.
That guy also does kitchen renovations too.
But they can't stop you. It's your money. They can't stop you. You have secured that loan against your home, and it's your money. They literally can't do shit. I asked my
because the loan is taken against that asset.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. You can absolutely do this. You can absolutely build a gray market deal.
Well, anybody but Archie, he cannot afford this. So we'll do the old-fashioned way for Archie.
Not be a good thing. But honestly, if you truly believe that, like, if all these guys, all the guys in the peanut gallery or wherever feel that these watches are investments and they can make a ton of money buying low on the dip right now, like, hey, this is probably your method to do it.
Super chat from the medium legend, Toyota Mo.
Toyota Mo, $5. The punters chose Curly, not Bear. Numbers don't lie.
That's correct. People, punters.
Right. It wasn't because Bear appointed him. Everybody likes Curly. I gotta say too, I've only watched, and it's no offense, I like Sirocco, I think he's a nice guy. I like Dodger, I think he's a nice guy. But I watched the show because of Curly.
Yeah.
And I interact because of Curly.
More
you got to give the guy his due. He's on there for hours a day. If he was boring, nobody would watch him for hours a day.
Exactly.
Like, and it's not just him. The whole thing. Like, I like the way JL is kind of like the straight man. You know what I mean? You need that counterbalance. Then you have Nar.
Yeah, they're good too. They have these opposite personalities. They're not.
Sure, and that's what you need. Different perspectives. And you got Crappy coming in. Crappy's actually very laid back, but knows a lot about a lot. You know?
Yes. Yeah. And then you have a Texas Millionaire occasionally. You have GMT. You have you.
Shot is always on there.
Yeah. It's a good show, man. It's a great show.
It's a clusterfuck, is what it is.
Tanzil is watching it. Tanzil is watching it. Tanzil's having fun, right?
Put it to you like this. In what world do you think you're going to see Narc, Curly, Crappy, Shot, and GMT sitting at a table talking? It makes it interesting.
Only in a dungeon.
Right, and that's what people like. It's so fucking weird because there's so much going on. It's fun, you know. It's not like here, like you're doing a real show, kind of. That's like the relaxation afterwards, where you could just go fuck around and be stupid.
By the way, I have the answer to everybody's financial problems and a guaranteed way to increase your worth.
Holy shit! Here comes exclusive full screen. Archie, full screen.
Full screen. All you need to do is stock up on Mike the Snake art pieces. You buy as many as you can while you can at the reduced prices that they are now, because they're going to do nothing but go up. And
what do you have for sale right now, Mike?
What's that? I have my one blue piece for sale for $850 to community people. 1,100. I'll have to go get it again. It's in my other room, but yeah, I'd be happy to show it. But my pieces are. I'm soon going to be making a name for myself, and my prices are going to be going way up. But yeah, hang on. I'll go grab the piece. I'll show.
All right. While you grab that, maybe Archie could read the rest of his super chats.
Excellent. Archie,
yeah, good idea.
Isn't that a great idea, Archie? That's a great idea.
Go back to regular.
That's a fantastic. Here we go. Here we go. The Regulus, 5 Swiss francs. PayPal some coin to rebuild your collection. Went through the same burglary. Have a better collection now.
That's the way to do it.
Archie, can you check the PayPal and thank him properly?
Yes, sir. I got to tell you, Bear, it really means a lot to me that people have Holy shit!
You got the
what
double
fuck?
whammy there, Arch. You got the
Holy
super chat
shit!
and the paper.
My God, Bear, 280, 300 Aussie, Bear, 300 Aussie from
That's a
Switzerland.
fucking class act. This is. Please make sure that you thank him properly, Arch.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. That's
Thanks, Regulus.
fucking amazing. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so
That's
much.
that's a Regulus. Regulus. He's obviously from Switzerland.
Mm.
What a class act. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Man, can I ask you, if I rebuild, what would you do if you were me differently? What would you do?
I would give you the answer to that after. You got a lot of super chats still to go through.
Sorry. Okay, Regulus. Thank you. Regulus, that is incredible. P. Clen, $5 for the Human Fund. Money for people.
Very nice.
And we have got another super chat here.
That's beautiful, Mikey.
Tanzil, just quickly.
Yeah.
Tanzil, $10. AC3, interestingly enough, there are lenders that will use your watches as collateral, not the Brooklyn loan sharks working for Bono, JJ, laugh out loud, but to buy more and more, just don't get burnt.
The Bonanos, not the Bonos.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I think any interest rate over 10% makes it really hard. Do you agree, Tan?
Yeah.
I mean, look, lenders won't. Like, they're using these as collateral. Like, I had this question to my banker friend. I'm like, well, do you count watches in your net worth? And he's like, absolutely, we do. He's like, if you talk to your personal banker and you list them in your portfolio, they can absolutely be used as collateral against loans.
Can JJ just share with us really fast his techniques for extorting money from people who don't pay back?
I think the Bonanos run the Brooklyn Borough part of there, right?
Tell us, JJ, what is the most favorite technique? Breaking knees? Like what do you guys usually do?
You guys.
Me, I don't even have any money to lend, so I don't know.
Oh, JJ, don't act like now like you know what we're talking about, okay? Which technique? Breaking ankles, knees, wrists. What do we do? What do we do? Like what's the
titty twisters? Usually purple nurple.
JJ,
purple nipples. Purple nipples.
JJ would give a bit of juice if you offer him the right watches. For sure he would.
Super chat from the Dungeon Master, Curly Q.
Curly Q, $10. Dungeon is a 24/7 Archie Luxury network, not the Curly channel. When you have admin keys, you can run your own show on open time slot instead of going other people's channels or starting your own channel.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's a cool place to go.
There. Toyota Mo, $2. I heard Mike the Snake made 70,000 selling his work.
I wish.
It looks like a distorted globe, doesn't it? A little bit.
I put a bulb inside of it. I put an LED inside of it just to show off like what you can do with this. Look at the light play.
When you spin it around, you got to sing "We Are the World." You know.
We are the world. We are the children.
You got to make a little infomercial for Mike.
There you go.
Somebody clip that. Narc, clip that, Narc.
That money that went for We Are the World was wasted, Bear. You know that, don't you?
Really?
No, I did not know that, Arch, to be honest.
I didn't know that either. I remember when that song came out, it was supposed to be like, for the children and everything.
Absolute disaster. If you
Thank
Google
you, Jimmy.
it,
Thank you, Jimmy.
go to Wiki and have a look.
Have you caught up on Super Chat?
We got Mr. GMT. Look at this, Mr. Jim. Stay sexy.
Hey, how's it going, boys? Stay sexy. That's exactly right. You got it. You stay sexy. You always feel sexy.
Hey, you got the blue carpet to match your Superman. The blue carpet on the floor, haven't you?
Yeah, I got this actually from the wizard. He sent me this carpet. It's a Superman carpet, rug, massive rug. It's fucking awesome. Thanks for that, wizard.
Tanzil, $5. Paul Huda, to answer your question, HELOC, then haggle like a bitch.
That was terrible. Can you do this like the way our Archie would do that?
Tanzil, $5. Paul Pluter, to answer your question, HELOC, then haggle like a bitch.
What is HELOC?
Home equity line of credit.
That is correct. That is correct.
So remortgage, right?
You got it, buddy. You got it, buddy.
Okay. Yeah.
Now,
No,
straight
home,
before you
home
get to the next
equity.
before you get to the next super chat, you got a couple coming in quickly here. Straight and level cruising wants to know if Mike could say "come and get it." How much of a super chat for Mike to do "come and get it" like Mr. GMT?
That will be awesome. I gotta hear that.
Oh, Mike.
Throw out a price, Mike. Reasonable.
Mikey, you need to answer that.
Okay. Come and get it. Come and
No,
get
Mikey,
it.
Mikey, you need to
No,
do
no.
super chat.
We got a
No,
charge
GMT's gonna
for
do it
that.
on my super chat.
What's that?
How much?
$5, $10.
$5. There you go. $5.
Yeah.
Being that he
And
already did it.
and we'll
Oh,
put
we'll
him
do it
full
together,
screen.
Mikey. We'll do it together.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, go ahead.
Okay,
Tanzil,
good.
you're up next. Tanzil GMT, come on.
You ready?
$5 GMT. Please give us a come and get it. You won't regret it. There you go.
Come and get it, and you won't regret it. There you go, boys.
Nice.
There you go, Tenzil. Hope that was good enough.
That was excellent. Thank you.
And we've got Swinging Kangaroo, $5. I'd do this. Number 1, get the blue sub. Number 2, when ready, trade Polar to Pepsi.
Yeah.
Stainless steel and pay the difference. Number 3, save for Calatrava of your choice. If you ask me.
Okay, I can live with that.
Yep.
Fair play.
That's a beautiful trio. You know, there's a number of like immaculate trios that would suffice. For sure.
Very true there. And we've
Stud
got
Muffin.
Stud Muffin, $5. Before we go on a buying spree, the wife was also affected by the robbery. Ask her what the future plans are regarding expenses and relocating.
That doesn't sound very fun.
No.
No, I've already discussed. She doesn't want the kids are in it. They like the school they're in.
Yeah.
And-
No, don't give in to fucking fear and all that shit, man. Get stronger. Fucking do what you need to do. Relocating is like fully giving up. If that's your reason, you know.
Yeah.
No, that cannot be reason. Our pontiff is not scared of anything or anyone.
Exactly.
HELOC, Tan, you reckon I should HELOC? How much would you HELOC if you were me?
0.
No, I mean it depends, right?
Okay,
0.
I'll give you the figures. So my house is worth 8. We owe 2.
Yeah. So
We got an investment unit that's worth 5. We owe 3.
Just keep paying off that, and that's all you need to
You
do.
probably get like max out maybe like 4 or 5 maybe.
Hey, you're doing pretty good there. Arch.
You'd have a lot of money if you really wanted it. You could basically buy anything. It's just you need to be.
Yeah.
Here's the point that Bear's going to tell me why you shouldn't do it is if you can be responsible and pay it off, right? At the end of the day, you can easily flip these watches and pay it back. Like it's not like a car where you're losing money, right?
Yeah.
After your 5 years, you still have the
What about take 150 out? Would I take 150 out?
Yeah, I mean, you could easily replace most of your collection without denting your HELOC.
What's your cost, right? It's the interest is your cost at that point. Let's say you take 100,000, and your
The problem
interest
is I'm locked in. They'll probably change my rate because my home loan is at 1.99 at the moment.
Right, so
locked in
that's
for
your cost. Right?
Nice.
That's your true cost is your interest rate. So if you believe that watch will go up more than the interest rate that you're paying, you're actually making money.
See, the interest rate would be 4% now if I
Just to interrupt with the wisdom super chat from Bud the Stud.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bud the Stud. Let's get Bud the Stud here. Bud the Stud, $2. Never ask the wife.
Never ask. Only
And
ask for forgiveness.
this is from a guy who has a remarkable collection. I'm talking fuck me dead collection.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Super chat
You know
from
what the answer would
I'm
have been
sorry.
if
I got GMT here, so I'm going to ask him a lot of questions. So go ahead, Archie, read it.
Here we go. Tanzil, $5. GMT. Is there a reason your restaurant says Greek style food rather than Greek food? Is it fusion made to the Darwinian taste?
I just That's a great question. I never thought about it. But Greek style food is the style of food that we do, but we also do other things as well.
Yeah, because
like what would be the other things, for example?
Well,
Chico
we do
rolls.
roast rolls, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that is not Greek. We do schnitzels, chicken schnitzels.
Good.
Our own
I love
schnitzels where we
schnitzels,
what we do is we fill it.
Schnitzels. Yeah.
Sorry,
Go.
We
Schnitzel,
we fill it.
Schnitzel. Fill it.
Yeah. we fill it.
You
we
double
crumble.
batter? Do you double batter?
Yeah,
Do you
yes,
double
double
crumb?
batter. Yes, double batter. Also, but we don't deep fry them. We pan fry them. You get a nice crispier taste out of the schnitzel than actually deep frying them.
Okay.
It makes it a lot drier as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arch, can I
Yeah.
make a suggestion for you, Arch, before I forget?
Yes.
Why don't you start a new channel, brand new from scratch? You tell everyone to join, right?
Yeah.
You make people super chat you on this show for your lunch the following day, and you always go out for lunch and review it like Dave Portnoy. You could be like,
That's
the
a great
Australian
idea.
Dave
I like
Portnoy.
that.
That's a great idea.
Just
And it's
Gonzo
not
stream eating
work.
because you love food too. It's like you'll be so
Yeah.
into it.
You just go to eat.
Yeah, you got to eat anyway. Why not have someone pay for it?
I'm telling you, that's a great idea, actually.
Call it Archie Luxury Eats.
I could do
Oh,
that on
man,
my
that would be
Archie
awesome.
channel. That channel, I've been a bit slow in. I've just been recovering.
What show? Which one?
Just
Can
the
I tell you
Archie
something,
Luxury,
Archie?
the
You will
yes.
explode if you do that. Honestly, you'll be
No,
unbelievable.
there's got to be. You can't have a hodgepodge of stuff going on. You need a dedicated Archie Luxury Eats channel or Archie Eats or whatever you want to name it. Paul Pluta Eats, whatever. And you
see.
just have your food every day on there. One episode
JJ, that's
every
a
day.
fantastic idea.
Those
That'd
are
be
the
a
only
great
kind I
reason,
have
great
there.
reason to go out. To
Super
eat
chat's
every day.
coming fast and furious,
You'll
boys.
get monetized in no time. Everyone will join to watch you
I
scarf
like this
down.
I
one.
know I would.
I like this.
Fast
Yeah.
and furious, super chats. Fast.
That's a good one.
Toyota Mo, $5. Where
He's
is
not
the first
just Toyota Mo, Archie. We
Medium
need to
legend.
remember the title.
medium
Remember the
legend?
title.
He's
That's
the
right.
medium Toyota Mo, $5. Where is the first place Archie goes after he gets approved for a 150 HELOC? I say
That's-
LV.
You
Got
know
it.
what? I
Good point.
agree with Toyota Mo. It wouldn't be watches, guys. Actually, they'll be
Like
flirting
Twirly.
with some cars. They'll be flirting with LV, but watches would come last.
Twirly.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think that LV, maybe one watch box is fine.
Maybe one, maybe none.
But-
How's that?
But
Yeah.
I think if you're going to be careful with your money, I'll tell you the truth. I bought pens. I've done jewelry. You know what? Watches is the best. The single
course.
asset is watches. Okay.
Of course, of course.
Amen. Amen.
Super chat from the legend.
Here we go. Tanzil, $5.
Tanzil.
GMT. Any interest in offering a Greek mezza on the menu? That would be a great appetizer. Please tell us how you'd make the mezza. What's a mezza, firstly?
It's like a
Appetizer.
dip platter, sort of platter, like a small little platter to have.
You know what,
before
Bear? These Greek people, they make
It's a,
They
isn't
make-
it
they make
the
wrap.
Greek way of antipasto, right? What Italians
Yes.
call antipasto.
Let me tell you, Bear, these Greek people, they make rolls with chips in them. That is the
Listen, the Greek food is
that is
amazing.
amazing.
But
I love.
Can we hear the answer to the super chat, actually?
Yes,
Sorry.
I'm interested here. GMT, give
You're
me
interested. We can do it a few different ways. What I would do is I would obviously have you can have 3 different dips, like Greek style dips. Which one would obviously be tzatziki. You have like a real garlicky dip, and you'll have another sort of like a cheesy dip. So you'll have 3 different dips with your pita bread. That'll be one. Then you'll get another one, a smaller one again, with a little bit of fried cheese, which we do. A little fried cheese balls as well. You can also get the long halloumi cheese as well,
Oh my God,
which
this is
we do with lemon and stuff as well on top of that. And you can also do like a little bit of souvlaki on the side as well, which would be nice. Or shiftad.
so good. Oh my
My
God.
mouth is watering.
Come on, GMT, let's go.
Yeah, that sounds actually fantastic.
So,
It
yeah.
fucking does, man. It really does.
I'm a
Put it
huge
this
fan
way:
of
you come to
Greek food.
Darwin, Arch. If you come to Darwin, I'll take you to one of the best Greek restaurants on a Saturday night
Get on
where they have the bouzouki going.
Now,
book the
Can I
flight.
tell you this?
immediately.
Stop
You will
it.
be
The best
blow your
Greek
mind.
restaurant is your restaurant. Fuck this.
Mine's not
I
a
wanna-
really a restaurant. Mine's more of a
Cafe.
fast food sort of
You
cafe
know
sort of
what?
style.
That is my favorite food. Okay?
That's right. No fufu
Fuck.
shit, just the
I don't
food.
need this
Right,
fucking.
still a restaurant,
I don't
try
need
it.
this elegant shit, right? I want proper Greek food. This
But
is
I'll
He
tell
wants
you
to
what,
get down
if I
to the
take you
nitty-gritty.
wherever
He
I
wants a
take you,
table,
you will have a
a
lot
chair,
of
and
fun. I
food.
promise you that.
Hey,
Promise you that.
let me say this to you. You know what? I'm gonna come up soon. Did you know
And
that?
it'll be all on me. I promise you. You don't have to spend a
Oh,
cent. Just come
That would
up
be an
and
awesome
everything done.
episode of Archie Luxury Eats, man.
That would be.
Get on a
That would
plane,
be.
fly there, do a
Oh,
great
wait, and you can
show
expense
with
it.
TNT. How much is the flight?
Bear, he could expense it if he makes the channel, right? Fly
He can.
Exactly. He's doing
He can.
a show there. He's invited to do a show.
Wow, Arch. I'm telling you, I want 10%. No, I'm only kidding. I just want you to be like, I have a feeling he's going to be way too lazy to do this.
Of
No
course.
offense, Arch, but I don't see you putting in the work to another channel. What do you
Tanzil
think?
How long should the videos be? How long
keeps
should the
rolling
videos
the
be?
super chats. Archie, Tanzil super chat.
At least 10 minutes, I would do.
Okay. Fuck
Super
me,
chat.
dude. You know
Super
what? I
chat.
think you fucking nailed it. You know that? I fucking found my calling in life. Okay.
Imagine it takes off, you get like 1 million subs, you stop.
I'm telling you, he will.
There's
He can do it like
many.
Luxury Bazaar does. You know how they do the short little videos on watches and stuff? He can do it on
Yeah.
food.
If you do a 10-15 minute video eating whatever, I would watch it. I would have to
Uh,
see how
JJ,
you eat it, what you say.
Yeah.
JJ, did you watch
100%.
the one? JJ, did you watch the one when he was in a restaurant and he stole other people's French fries?
Yes.
And he said,
Yes.
"Oh my God, they're still warm," and he was so happy about it.
Yeah,
Then
but
he
you know, like
looked
those
around.
mukbang, like those mukbang videos when they just eat all that kind of food. You don't have to be
Yeah.
like mukbang and stuff your face, but just the way you
Mhm.
eat it and enjoy it, people would be dying laughing.
Of
watching you eat.
course, man.
It would be
Curly,
huge.
Curly's addicted to that shit. He was always pushing him to do it.
Archie
Yeah,
will be
and
on
like your personality, you'd be really funny about how good it is and the expressions. It would
You know
be
what?
No
I
one
need
could
something.
do it.
I need something a little bit away from watches because I'm a bit sad with the watches and that. Right? This could
And
be
you
a
eat lunch
fucking.
every day, right? You do.
It's
eat
a
lunch
great
every day.
idea. It's a fucking awesome idea.
You start
Hey,
JJ,
local.
you know
you're a
what? You know,
fucking
Mr.
genius.
GMT. How about I'm going to come up and review you?
Oh, well, you
Start
could do
with
that.
that.
I'm coming. I'm fit. Okay. That's.
I would start the channel, do it local.
Oh
Get
my
it
God!
monetized.
I picture Archie visiting Mr. GMT in a Superman room. Fucking amazing show.
I don't know.
Amazing
Yeah.
show.
You know what I'm going to do?
Seriously,
Hey,
man.
JJ. You know Doug DeMiro, right?
He's a car YouTuber. yeah.
He gives it the Dougie score. I'm going to give the food the Archie
Hardcore.
score.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do
Fucking,
you
you
think of
nailed
that?
it. You nailed it.
We're going to have
got-
a
you
board.
running this
We're going to
down,
have a
Archie? You
board
running
in
all
the
this
studio.
down?
We're going to have a board, right? We're going to have a board, right? We're going to rate it on the
Archie.
Archie score. You know
We
what
need
I
to
mean? We're
pick-
going to
we
give
need-
it a score. Affordability, service. How was the service? How was the presentation?
We need to hit the super chats, man.
Yeah, I was saying, we got to pay for these euros, man. Like the money's coming in. Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
Let's
There,
do
here we
this.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Ace. The next super chat we've got is
Not
Tanzil, $5. AC3. Why
Not
not
nothing.
structure
You
a
just
deal
not
with
nothing.
fella? I know he's a money guy for a loan against the books to buy a watch.
He would do it.
Mhm.
He would do it. Tell him, look.
Interesting.
give me
Stud
a
muffin,
loan.
$2. Wrong. The best investments are
He's
twirling
avoiding fella.
Birkin
There's
bags.
some strange, very, how would I describe it? Passive aggressive approach when it comes to
He
fella.
shouldn't. Fella's a local boy to him. He's from Brisbane.
I keep pushing Archie to talk to fella to establish partnership, relationship, and he's so fucking standoffish when it comes to it. I don't know why.
Film your lunch with him on Archie.
Keep going,
Eats.
Arch. More money. More money. More money.
Stud muffin. Look at
Stud
the stud
muffin,
muffins of it.
wrong. The best investments are twirly Birkin bags.
Mm.
You got
Bear, is that a
Tanzil
better
there.
avatar?
I love
This one's for JJ.
Tanzil,
Oh, let me
$5.
see.
JJ, Italian sambuca
like it.
or Greek ouzo. I hate fiking aniseed, but you Mediterranean fikers. I love licorice. I love licorice,
my God.
okay?
So gross. And the Arabs have a
Salty
drink-
licorice. It's from the Dutch, the Netherlands. I
I'm
used to
telling you,
eat
the
triple
Arabs,
salt.
Arabs, the Italians, and the Greeks all have a drink that tastes the exact same. And it's
I actually prefer Greek Uzo over Italian Zambuca.
My sister loves Uzo. I can't handle it. Fuck, it's
I-
too
I-
sweet.
I usually like in my espresso. I usually put anisette, but
Did you,
I
do
know
you like
nobody-
do you like grappa as well?
it's a bit
Grappa is
strong.
not sweet. Grappa is
No,
hot.
it's
It's
not.
strong for my liking, but
Yeah.
It's turpentine.
Yeah.
not a huge
There we
fan
go.
to be
Stud
honest.
muffin $2. Then Archie can go on the Debonair Fox show.
Debonair Fox Show.
Guy's still around. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that's kind of. It was one of those projects, you know. Look. It was a great interview, but they, for whatever reason, you know, people need to get jobs and. But by the way, OC's a bit upset at me. Okay, Bear.
Why is
What
OC
happened?
upset at you? Well, such a nice guy. Why would he be upset at you?
Well, he was trying to get me a Tiffany dial Patek.
OC?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
But then he says to me, he's put me down on the list with some of his ADs. And I said, hang on a minute. There's no point buying some of these models unless it's a Tiffany. If it's a standard one, what the fuck do I want that for?
Exactly.
I could buy that. I mean, let's be honest. This is a business, Bear.
Absolutely.
I don't want to buy this because I think he's trying to use me to basically build his spend, right?
Of course.
But I
Ah,
only
come
want
on.
it if I can make.
Why would you
money.
even bother dealing with that fucking guy?
And then he got upset that you banned him on the dungeon.
No, seriously, he was upset about that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Guys, I'm
treat
gonna go
him.
eat dinner. I'll be back in a little bit. I'll see you guys.
Well,
later.
that's okay, man.
You, JJ.
$10 GMT. I'd pay to see a live stream of Archie eating one of your cabbage rolls in tomato sauce. It would drip down his Herman So's shirt while he washes it down with Foster's.
I had a gentleman. He came in last week, and he was in there, and he's going, "Oh, what am I going to eat?" You know, I said, "Have a cabbage roll." He goes, "I don't like cabbage." I said, "Just try one of these cabbage rolls." He goes, "What's in it?" I told him what's in it. Told him how they're done. He goes, "I don't know." I just said, "Just have it, and I'm pretty sure you'll come back and want more."
You won't regret
Anyway,
it.
so what happened was, he was still undecisive, so he did get it. Anyway, he left and came back. And when he left and came back on purpose, he left, went to work and then had to come back all the way back just to say, but he didn't want to say it in front of me. He waited until I was at the back. So then he came in and he goes to my wife. He goes, don't tell Mr. GMT, but he knows my real name. But he goes, don't tell Mr. GMT, but that was fucking sensational. That hats off to you guys. I just had to say it, but I didn't want to give him a big head, so I didn't want to tell him anything. But I'm telling you, Arch, you're going to be mind blown. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Bring the Texas Millionaire comment up and tell me, should we ban him or not?
Crappy luxury. I've taken Doc's reports advice and stopped super chatting. I know many in the Archieverse like Doc's, so I thought I'd take his advice.
Should we ban him?
Who ban who?
Ban Texas Millionaire?
Look, Texas Millionaire, I love him, okay? I can't hate him. I can't hate him, you know? Look, I don't want to force anyone to donate. He's donated a lot. You know what?
I'm
With
joking,
him,
you know it.
if he never donated a cent again, I'd still love him. He's been very generous.
But
And,
according to
He showed you a good time in Texas as well, yeah?
Oh, he had the Hummer. Fuck me dead. He had a Hummer. A stretch
right.
Hummer.
That's right. By the way, Archie,
There's
that's
nothing he could.
that's
there's nothing-
a Dox's theory that if the Texas Millionaire doesn't give you money, you couldn't care less about him. And I just wanted to test that theory.
Well, I'm just saying to you, man. It's like I'll tell you honestly, okay. Bondage has been a bit scared. Okay, let's be honest. This
Yeah,
whole
I talked with Bob.
Okay. And you know what? Bondage never has to talk to me again, never respond to me again. I will always hold him in the highest regards. It doesn't matter. He's a cool guy. I love him, right?
Of course.
Now, for whatever reason, if he doesn't want to come in the Archieverse anymore or what, you know what? That's perfectly okay. I am fucking shocked what happened as well. I am fucking devastated, okay? But you know what? I had good memories with him. I'll never forget what he did for me. Okay,
Of course, Archie, of course.
some people, they are so good to you, even if they never ever touch face, never contact me again or whatever, for whatever reason. You know what? That's okay. That's okay.
That's the thing, Archie, that people need to know more of that. The people need to know that you are not fucking heartless, narcissistic piece of shit that only looks people to super chats. You develop friendships and you like people for many other reasons. Obviously, you need super chats. You need money to basically
Yeah.
pay the bills. That's your job.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's a very wrong perception of you. And I'm purposely provoked tonight few times so that people can actually see that it's not exactly as Lex tries to portray it.
But you know what doesn't
Uh,
cost anything? Doesn't cost anything to upvote. So upvote, guys.
That
It's
is
very
true.
important.
Hey guys, listen to Mr. GMT. We have almost 200 people watching. Only
I,
50.
I tell you who doesn't donate a lot, but I just love him. JJ.
Who?
JJ.
Yeah,
JJ.
it's cheap as
JJ.
like. Oh my
No,
god.
that's okay. Look. It's not. Look, everyone's got their own fucking problems. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Okay, but
Of
he's
course.
he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
Do you know what's JJ's biggest problem?
What's that?
Well, it was his biggest problem. He was a size 9 until he met you, and now he's size 10.
It's funny.
That's the bottom
The
line.
thing is this: with any of these guys, you got to remember this. Curly, he's very generous with money and time.
Yeah.
You know. I honestly, guys. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He's funny. I've
Right.
been really fucking down. I come on the stream. I'm cool, right? But other times I just feel a bit down. But I really fucking love the chats and that there. And look. I'll be honest with you, guys. Tanzeel, look at that. We had a friendship years ago. Top
No,
fucking guy.
you banned me because I called Bobby Google, and then 6 months later, Bear acknowledged that Bobby Google was a Bobby Google, so I was vindicated.
Exactly. Yes.
True.
Tanzeel, $5
true.
GMT. What items are you considering, or would you consider adding to your
I've
menu?
looked at this guy's menu, and I get so hungry looking at it, so I'm so interested in this.
I've got to think about that. I can't answer straight off the bat. But I will come
Just
back
very
to you.
quickly there. I think you've got to run the advert.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at Tip Top Snack Bar! Hoppa, guys, that's right. Upvote and you won't regret it at ArchieLuxury's show. Thank you, guys.
Oppa!
Hoppa!
Love it.
I hope
Love
when
it.
Archie does go to Darwin, he actually does the same ad with you, and he does it.
Yes.
It would be excellent to see.
Yes.
It'll be
Where's
awesome.
it? Where are you located?
Darwin, right at the top of Australia. Right at the top. On the highest point of Australia.
He's basically in Indonesia, is where he is.
Pretty much. You nailed it, Tan.
Indonesia?
It's close.
No, I'm not in Indonesia. I'm close. I'm pretty close
How
to
far
it.
is it from Indonesia?
How far is Indonesia?
Not far at all. Probably
An hour
maybe
flight, isn't it? Hour?
about an hour and a bit flight. Yeah. Well, to get to Bali, for example, it takes us 50 minutes.
You're
Fuck,
not,
you go to
you're
Bali,
not
mate?
in the United States.
No,
You're
I
not
don't
in
go
the
anywhere,
US.
Arch. Sorry?
You're not in the United States.
Me? No, I'm
No,
not in
he's
the
in
United States.
Australia.
I'm in Australia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You notice
Look,
the accent, Mikey? You notice the accent? That's not Greek accent. That's Australian.
My accent's pretty fucked up, so I could understand you confusing it.
yeah, no, I don't really sense any Australian accent in you. In your
What
you're
sort of accent
speaking-
what sort of accent do you actually, get out of?
you actually sound pretty darn American.
Really?
Yeah,
Really, Mikey?
really.
I've never heard that before.
No,
Speaking
that's
of medium legends, we got Juco Ted, $10.
Oh, the
Only
legend. I
channel
love this guy,
that
man.
you will love, then hate, then love again. I've quit Archie more times than I can count.
Look, that is true. That is true.
The good Ted is a good man.
He's a very good man.
Juco Ted, here we go. We got Bud the Stud, medium legend, $10. $20?
No, Archie, let's not be okay. Let's not mix up the terms. There's only one medium legend. That's a Toyota Mall. Let's respect the
That is
terms
true.
exactly as they should be, please.
That is right.
Bud the Stud, $20. Everyone should consider forging and forgetting at least once in your life. You will find it benefits you more than the anger.
Oh, absolutely.
Badestad has given me that advice in the past. I wish I listened to him.
And we've got Tanzil, $5. GMT, I saw that your family ran this business for years and you continued the tradition. Respect us. God bless the business with prosperity.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thank you,
like,
my man.
his
Really
father.
Tell you
means
what,
a
he's
lot.
not doing too bad. You know how much those
Well, look,
Superman dolls
I saw
cost?
that his father ran the business or had a business, and he can.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
hard
It
to make
started with my father.
money.
It started with my mother, and my father.
I
Yeah.
respect that so much that you continue that and you continue this tradition. So, rest in peace to your
Well,
dad. God bless.
to me, this is a bit of an emotional little bit of information, but my dad passed away in March. And we had this little dyno truck, Toyota, and everything was on the back of that. And he never wanted to change it. And the year that I decided that when I took over at the start of COVID, and I couldn't spend all the money at that one time because COVID, we didn't know what was going on. So I waited until this year and I built a trailer. And the year that I built this new trailer, he passed and never got to see it. So, for me to be able to continue and evolve and better the business that my dad started actually means a lot. And your words right now mean a lot to me, a lot. So thank you so much, brother.
Hey, we
Beautiful.
love you, man.
Beautiful.
Neo, $2. I will always seek to destroy Tim, Wrong, and OC. Look, I got to tell you,
Me
Neo.
too. Me too. I'm with you. I'm with you, my Cypriot Greek Orthodox brother. Let's not fucking try to fake and yeah, fucking right. Destroy the motherfuckers. Thank you.
Look, I don't even need to mention him, to be honest with you.
you
Sorry,
don't
Arch,
have
I've
to,
got
Archie.
to
Don't worry
run. I've
about
got to
it.
take my son
Hey,
somewhere. Thank you
love
very much,
you.
Tanzil. Thank
Thanks
you for the
coming
kind
on,
words.
man.
See
Take
you in
care.
dungeon,
We'll
man.
talk to you
See you in
soon.
dungeon.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you for
sure. See you
coming
guys
on.
then.
Honestly,
Ciao.
Bear,
Stay.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at Tip Top Snack Bar!
Moppa! Such a good guy, this guy. Like,
How could you not
I
love him? How could you
I
not
love that
him?
music.
honestly,
know?
Bear, like I had no problems with Tim, but since this whole thing that's happened over the past couple of days, like I just lost a lot of respect, to be totally honest with you. I can stop
What
He's a
watching.
happened in
piece
the
of
last
shit.
couple of days?
He's a
What
piece of
happened?
shit.
What happened?
No, like all the drama that's happening with Bear, and I saw when Bear went on, and I was just like, I had nothing against him, but I just lost a lot of respect for him because I know people that know Bear in real life that have seen his watches, like, and I know he's not responding to the allegations and stuff like that, but like I know the truth, and to me, it's like, look, it's just unnecessary, and it's not. I just lost a lot of respect for the guy.
Listen, that's a channel that produced variety of sensational stories, starting with ER is fake, then Archie Luxury robbery is fake. They were even running the poll on his channel for people to vote if they think that Archie faked his own robbery. Then my fake watch, then fake gringa situation. These people pretend that they are supposedly talking about watches. They've been shunned by every other channel. The only person that cooperates with Tim Wright is the shyster from Venice. That's it. He had a relationship with Paul Thorpe and so on. Every one of these people came to conclusion that Tim Wright is bad for community, bad for watch collecting, and avoids him like a plague. So
Archie, when you
anyone blind enough, anyone that's so blind that they don't see that, there's no way I can help them. That's
Good,
the
good
fact.
comment from AD Never Calling. Neo, Tim doesn't need any help destroying himself.
Actually, that's a good comment.
yeah, I mean, Archie,
Because
even
we haven't
even
even mentioned him in the last couple of days, have we?
No,
Ben?
but Archie, you know what? I just wanted to say that. I mean, to summarize it, it's simple. You do realize that no other channel associates with that guy except who?
O'Sheen.
That's it. They're perfect for each other. Perfect.
Archie, we're going through this from something you went through in the past, right? When rest in peace Andy Hunter had the potential issue with the Patek, and I remember you going on the live stream with him and you saying to him, what does it matter, right? Like if it's fake or not, like why do you care? Now he was vehemently opposed to it, even though obviously you could clearly see it was. But you even said to him, you said, dude, I don't care if you know it's your watch, it's your watch, it's whatever, man.
I don't care. Why would I care? Exactly right. It's
Now we do have the doc on, and the doc does support people wearing moon swatches, which is a fake moon watch to him because the moon lamp was fake. It's the ideal watch for a doc BBW.
Yeah.
Welcome, gentlemen. How
Hi,
are you all?
Doc.
What a great
Nice.
lineup tonight. I
Nice
can't
to
believe
see
it.
you, Doc. Nice
Doc,
to
we've
see you,
been
Doc.
They let me out of the
Clyde,
morgue, and this is what I get.
We've been
Yeah,
fisting
wonderful
Clyde,
show.
and I got some. I got some. When I met Doc a couple years ago, Doc was so gracious to give me, pick me up and take me to a couple meets with like Alvin Gates and stuff. And I remember asking him like, do you think Clyde? Because Clyde offered to drive Doc's car, and I go to Doc. I'm like, I don't know if Clyde could fit in the E46. Like it's it's not a big automobile. And Doc's not going to say anything, but I think we kind of agreed with him.
Well, I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was just being factual. And even he would say fitting in an MR2 is a tough one, he says. He just says it's worth it.
Meanwhile, Archie's fitting a Miata, apparently, which I would pay to see.
It's like getting into a Porsche 914.
Exactly. It's like a shoehorn in.
Yeah.
Ow.
I raced one, and I'll tell you, I had a fire system in it and everything, but I had the top and the doors were just blanks. They quarter turned off, and I usually had somebody just pop the top, and I'd climb out the top, because climbing out the window, my big fat ass, I would literally take half the gauges off the car, trying to climb out the window. But if I was on fire, I'd have
you're
no
out
problem.
in the. But
I'd have
to
no
be
problem getting
fair,
out that window.
you're a big guy. You're over 6 foot, also.
I'm not. I'm 5'11" and a half, 5'11". But yeah, I'm a big guy, and the 914 is a very small car, and the window is not very big.
Yeah, it's actually smaller than a 944, which is also small for a Porsche.
Yeah, but like I said, if I was on fire, no problem, man. I'm out of that car in 2 seconds flat. But in everyday use, getting in and out of that car, I went in through the top.
And to talk about something that you guys were mentioning just as I was coming on, the thing that I dislike the most about the other channel that I'm not going to repeat is the fact that there was extortion of Alex, who I think is just one of the greatest guys out there. He's such a nice guy, such a hardworking guy.
Yeah. And you know what, Doc? I'll tell you what sickened me. What sickened me, that this so-called community didn't give a flying fuck about it.
I did. I spoke up. I was like,
true. A small number of people acknowledged it. We put all the proof and everything. The man spoke about it. Literally nobody cared. So you go and you fucking threaten the guy. If he doesn't fucking sponsor your show, you're gonna do this and that and damage his business.
Yep.
And then community
gonna have my friends take care of you. My friends are gonna do some things. I know people who know people. They're gonna take care of you if you don't.
And community fucking all these vicious, dangerous community avatars, and everybody else just fucking could not. It was boring for them. They were bored by it, so we don't want to listen to it. It's boring. It's not drama. Okay? Fuck you, community, for that. Super chat from Tanzil Ansari.
Tanzil Ansari, $5. AC3, I went to a whiskey bar with Doc and he ordered a light beer. Your boy, the Zeal, obviously had a single malt course. Why the fuck
Why
not?
would you have a light beer at a whiskey bar? I didn't understand it, Doc. Like, I didn't understand it.
Actually, I must confess, me and Doc did have a drink. I had some whiskey. We had some nice whiskey
Oh, that
in
was
our
some
room
smooth
together.
stuff. But you
Doc
know the
drank it?
difference? The difference was when I was with you, Tans, I was the designated driver, right?
Yeah, but like, what was
But
up
when I was
wrong?
hanging out with Archie and we had the hotel room together, nah, I
You
didn't
didn't
have to worry about all that.
Doc, did you not take him to the strip club?
We're not supposed to talk about that. And it wasn't a
Okay, so
strip
you did
club.
that.
It
Okay,
was a
good.
burlesque show.
Good.
Okay.
I'm happy. I know, because I know you. I'm like, because when we were there, Jin was the one telling us he didn't want to go, and you and I were like, let's go.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
chats, boy.
If AJ
Super
had
chat.
said, let's
Super
go,
chat.
we would have been there.
Here we go. We got some super chats coming in here. We got AD never calling $2. Breaking news. Clyde wrapped MR2 in lyric signage. At least Patek Philippe is super chatting again, Bear. Look at that.
Oh, he would definitely anything anti-Clyde. He's in. So
Oh no.
That's funny.
it's always weird too. The Clyde comments about his wife. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Here we go. Jimmy, $5. Salute to all the OG punters that joined tonight. Tan, Bud the Stud, Doc BBW, like the old days, and of course, Blue Shirt Buddha.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
The blue shirt. Thank
he's
you, Jimmy.
he's always with us.
He is always
Yeah,
with us.
I do wanna comment on Neo's comment as well. The only person that had the balls to talk about obvious anti-Semitism from Oishin was Lord. Okay, and he was often mocked about it, and that's a reoccurring thing on that channel. But apparently that's acceptable and nobody cares either because it's boring. Okay. So you're right, Neo. You're absolutely right. There are certain things that people just don't care about apparently these days.
Pretty amazing.
Well,
Super chat from Trooper.
And thank you, Jimmy.
$10. Bear, can you tell Watch Nicholas to stop timing me out? He's rattling my cage. Love AC3.
Come on, man. Don't bother him. Okay, watch Nicholas behave, man. Be nice. Behave.
Have you noticed that there's a lot of dog lovers in the Archieverse?
Yeah.
A lot of dog lovers.
one dog hater. Even though I
love
my little
cats,
dog.
actually. I prefer
love
cats
my
over
little dog.
dogs. I prefer cats over dogs.
Well, we have a lot of dog avatars if you think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh. Still trying to rehome my little Skipper, but she's loved and has the life of luxury, the lap of luxury until I do rehome her. She's all I got. You know, two
Tanzil and Sari, $5
today, Archie. I'm asking the hard questions.
Doc, are the flat earther mills? By the way, I'm a flat earther as well, just so you know. We talked about it, me and Doc.
Condolences.
Are the flat earther mills that you meet up with at the local Freemason Lodge meetings into your taste of girl-sized Daytonas? Do they like your Daytonas?
First of all,
well, guys, we have to call them girls. If you guys are going to call them lady-sized Pateks, Doc wears lady-sized Daytonas. Is it 37?
Yeah, but I'm more curious about these flat earth chicks. How are they, Doc? Like, what's your opinion on them?
Well, first of all, I'm not a flat earther, but I'm never going to say no to a nice flat earther chick. So
I
a
don't
nice
blame you.
flat
Yeah.
earther MILF. I'm a
What if
single
what if
guy.
she was
I'm not
flat
gonna say no.
chested?
Good
Well, you
question,
know what?
Mikey.
I'm more interested in other ends than the chest.
Yeah,
so
me too. But she's
as
got to
my
have a
name
nice
says,
ass.
yeah, I can't be flat there. But otherwise,
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm equal
me either.
opportunity.
Tanzil,
Nice
$5.
ass.
Doc, are the flat earthers MILFs that you meet up at the local Freemason Lodge meetings into your taste of girl-sized Daytonas?
Archie, do you believe that Earth is flat and they're bullshitting us? What do you think, Archie?
Hey, I got to tell you, I think I heard a reference, right? It was in the Bible, the earth was flat, but then I heard they argued it and said from above it looked flat, but it doesn't mean the earth is flat.
So it was illusion.
Yes, the illusion
I
looked
see.
flat.
I understand.
I'm
Archie,
going to mention a secret.
did we ever
relative-
land on the moon, Archie? Tell me, what's your opinion on that?
Be careful.
Or did Kubrick just directed this in the studio?
It looks a lot like 2001.
I love
gotta
that
be
movie,
totally-
by the way.
I got to be totally honest with you. If they didn't go to the moon, why did they keep going back a couple times?
I don't know, but they can't go today. Why
did
can't they go
stop if
today?
I
Yeah,
think
what's
really
the-
went.
they
Why
are
did they
going.
stop?
They are going today.
No, they
There's a new. Isn't there?
I
a
don't see them
new-
going, Mikey. I see
Nope,
them
there's a new
flying.
Every
There's a
time they
new
say they're going to
campaign.
go, they have to cancel it. Cancel
Did
the
they?
project.
I don't remember last time seeing them going there. I've seen machines going there, but I haven't seen
Right.
people going there.
No,
Is it
I watched
is
a
it
show
maybe
about.
because the Speedmaster is just a shitter?
Yeah, I guess they got the.
You love
they
the
got the memo.
Speedmaster,
They got the
Bear.
memo. And
No,
then
I
they just canceled
lost
the
the
whole-
taste for speedies.
All you have to do
canceled
is
the whole
modify
moon
the
program.
name. It's a man
Do
on
you
the moon
have any?
stage. Man
Do
on the
you
moon
have any
stage.
Speedmasters, Doc?
The last Speedmaster I had was stolen. Rest in peace.
So you did have a Speedmaster.
I did. I had a Speedmaster that was a transitional 861 with a 321 dial from
Whoa, it was a new one.
1968.
I do
Wow.
remember that you left it in a car.
You make it sound like I left it on the seat. Okay, I had it in a bag.
No,
secured
no,
in a
no.
bag,
I'm
but-
not being accusatory. Relax, Doc. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I'm always on your side, Doc.
I was a victim
Even
of
with-
California Prop 47, where they allow for stealing up to $950 and say no problem.
My goodness. And here is the OG Bud the Stud. $5,
Bud
guys.
the stud, $5. When I said forgive earlier, I was not speaking about fat earthers and Tim Wright. Fike, that life is too short. Fike, that life is too short. There you go.
Agreed, Bud the Stud.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah,
And then another OG, Tanzil Ansari, $5 Canadian official currency of ArchieLuxury live stream.
Doc only buys pre-moon Speedmasters because he doesn't accept the moon watch exists.
You know,
Well,
I'm
you know,
thinking
there-
about
there's
that.
something to that. And the next Speedmaster, if I get one, it's going to be the Ed White. And I'm not talking the reissue. I want to get it original Ed White.
Original
sense.
Ed White.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. The money is probably it's probably cheaper.
It's
That's
about this.
good.
Actually, original Ed White will be cheaper. I just have to find one. I have my watch dealer, looking out and on the lookout for
yeah, I
an
was
original
talking
Ed
about that.
White with a modern bezel.
I was talking
Why?
to Bear about it today.
I have the original bezel. I have a .over 90 original bezel because when they stole my Speedmaster, I'd replace the bezel and I still have the original bezel. I just don't have the watch. So if I can get
Now
Ed
we
White-
are entering a dangerous zone with the next super chat. A very dangerous zone, Archie.
Here we go. P. Klein, $5. Can we hear Doc BBW's thoughts on the
Uh-oh.
COVID vaccines?
Is that
We're
allowed? I'm a pure blood.
I
Let me just
prefer
tell you that.
actually talking about moon landing than this, man. This is
I'll just
not
say
a good idea.
I'll just say that I'm, as Tanzil will point out to everybody, I am probably the #1 chiropractor at Costco, and as a healthcare professional, I am a pure blood. I would never take the vaccine, so that's where I stand on it. If we want more detailed discussion, I can bring it.
No, please, no. Super chat from Brazilian champion, Mr. Tudor, to you, $5. Mikey, the round of 16 is set. Your predictions, eyes on camera, no Googling. Mikey.
What is the round of 16?
World
That's why he
Cup
doesn't want you to
football.
Google.
Football, World Cup.
Oh God, I don't even watch. I don't watch football. I don't watch
There we
soccer.
go, Mr. Tudor. Sorry about that, Mr. Tudor.
I have zero knowledge about. I don't watch soccer.
Just pick a team. USA.
USA, yeah.
USA.
Australia, we're
USA.
doing well, Bear.
USA.
Australia's doing well, Bear.
USA.
Archie, you notice that Archie loves to kick me sometimes. Just he waits for the right opportunity and then he kicks me. That's
Of course.
I love it. I love it.
You know, hey, everybody kicks everybody a little bit around here.
It's
I
nice
guess
to
so.
see he has pride in Australia, especially after what the CCC did to him.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But that's
It's
more of a
what-
state
it's what
offense
friends
more
do.
than a federal. That's more of a state offense, Doc, than a federal.
Gotcha.
Tanzeel, $5. Ron the Shrink. AC3, Ron the Shrink said he defends Clyde and feels Rich Buddy was a jerk for calling Clyde's watch a crypto pyramid scheme. Ron the Simp. Ron the Simp.
Ron actually responded. Ron responded after Bud the Stud super chat, so if you catch his response, you can pull it up.
You know, one of the people that I was extremely disappointed couldn't make it to Vegas was Ron the Shrink. He had a last-minute detour away from Vegas, and it was quite disappointing. I was looking. In fact, if he had made it to the burlesque show with us, it would have been a wild time.
Well, we didn't have any more tickets.
Ron the Shrink would have gotten in without tickets.
Ron the Simp.
Ron the Simp. He would have gotten in.
That's okay. It's all okay, guys. It's all okay. Bud the Stud, $5. The soccer team beats the football team. USA 1-0.
Yeah, so far USA's doing pretty good, aren't they?
Get the fuck out of here. They're not doing. They're fucking shit. They got lucky a little bit. Fuck off. Like, seriously. Let's not even go there.
The other team was actually busy getting woke, and that's how.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
Also, Tanzeel, it's not the local Freemasons meet with. It's actually the whole state Freemasons meet. So just keeping it clear.
I do have a super chat coming up that does call into question Ron's choice of profession to be an optometrist. So we'll see what he says.
Super chat from bro.
$2 Canadian, official currency of the channel. Bear Arch, who are you cheering for in the World Cup? I tell you what, I don't really. I'd have to go Australia, but they do okay, but then they bomb out. So
I was cheering for Serbia. Now I'll be cheering for Senegal and Morocco. I usually support African clubs. I support clubs, Arab clubs. I support non-European clubs and clubs coming that are a little bit of underdogs. And luckily this year there is a lot of underdogs.
It sounds like Australia, Bear. What about Australia?
I have a question.
Since Novak Djokovic situation, I don't support Australia in any sport.
Is this avatar for bruh? Is that Cam?
Bruh.
I think that's Cam. Yeah, I think that bra is not Cam, but this is I think picture of Cam. Maybe.
I don't know.
Then we go. Tanzeel, $5. AC3, I keep asking Ron if he went to school for 10 years to become an optometrist just so that he could wear shiders.
Like, he needs to step up his game, man. Like, you didn't go to school.
I agree.
Wait. But he's wearing the Breitling he's wearing is not a shitter. Come on.
For the
Super
doctor,
Ocean.
he's a doctor, okay?
Doc, for
He's
the
a
professional.
doctor.
He's had a
Yeah,
few
like,
personal problems, Bear.
Regardless, he's a doctor. Okay,
he
come
just
on.
got a new car. Like, what do you mean? He just got an Audi.
The guy's a doctor. All right. I mean, he should fucking get Omega or up.
And it was nearly 10 years old, the car.
It's an A5. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what the
A5s are
maintenance on a
nice.
10-year-old A5 is going to be like?
It's low
That's-
mileage though. It's very
Is
low
it?
mileage. It's like 20,000 miles or something crazy.
Doc, I don't think you'd be caught dead in the lounge with the rest of the docs wearing Ron's watch.
Well, I
Wow.
prefer.
Wow, in my
prefer.
circle.
I
No.
prefer my
Swinging
Type 25.
Kangaroo, $5.
I
If
agree with you.
Argentina wants to win World Cup, they have to pass USA first. USA. And yes, you need skills and luck at the same time because anything can happen.
Yeah, I gotta
USA.
support USA because of Kangaroo. I forgot. Sorry, Kangaroo. I love you, man. He's very passionate about football, eh? Soccer, as you fuckers call it. He really is, and because of him, I wish well to USA. Okay, there you are. I retract my statement.
And I want to say that now that I think Archie's recovering from what happened to him when he got home, eventually we need to have a show where Kangaroo and I can tell the story of what actually happened at the burlesque show
Yes.
with ArchieLuxury.
Yes,
So that should be
Yes.
on the radar soon.
yes, I would love to hear that. Both of you
And it
on the
won't
live
work unless
stream
Kangaroo is with us. It has to be
Of
Kangaroo there
course.
too. Yeah.
has to be here. Kangaroo, let us know when you're available with Doc to do this because it will be fucking awesome to hear the story.
And no one would believe it. That's why I'm glad that both of us were there.
So yeah, that's right. I know you said that because it was so unbelievable that it's good that there's two of you that saw the same thing, which is
Absolutely.
so cool. Which is so should be a whole show. Should be a whole show about that. And
Could
then
be.
attach other things you guys seen in Vegas and so on. Super chat from the legend.
Tanzil, $5. Bear, what was Ron the Simp's best simp moves? Running back to Timmy to apologize or when he simped Austin Daniel?
I want the greatest hits of Ron the Simp, Bear. Please. You have the
I
greatest
could not
Oh.
believe when Ron went to apologize to that fucking grifter. I was shocked, Ronnie.
And
I don't
that,
know what the fuck were you thinking. That was actually epic thing you did there. You really put them in their place, and then boom, you go like, what were you thinking, man?
He
What
just
were you
simps everybody.
thinking?
This guy. Like, he can't
this
pick
is
a
how a
side.
nickname is born.
Ron the Simp. I gave Doc the nickname Doc BBW. I'm gonna give Ron the Simp and Crypto Clyde. Fuck these guys.
Crypto Clyde, yeah, that's a good one. I like
I was
that.
originally just Doc, but I embraced Doc BBW. I was like,
I think I put some
how
super
did
chat about
you know?
BBWs, and then we called you Doc BBW. And Jin Tingler came from a super chat I said to Archie. He spelled it. He read it wrong, and we started calling him Jin Tingler after that.
Yes, I remember that. I love that. Jim Tingler.
Who I heard came on the show. So, wow, things happen.
Yeah, JT, that is so true. He actually timed out 12 people and Jim was lost it. He banned 100 people. He banned 100 people. He went crazy. Blah blah blah. Oh my god, relax. Relax. He likes Ron the Simp. He's okay with that. He approves. He approves, Archie.
In fact, why don't you just change your name, Ron? I mean, officially. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Well, the whole community is gonna call him Ron the Simp now, so he's gonna have to change it.
Might as well change it anyway. Embrace it. I
Embrace
embrace mine.
We got another super chat here. Tanzil, $5. AC3, what is the best advice you could give Ron the Simp if you were his shrink? I actually like Ron. I got to tell you, I really do like him. I think my best advice to you is my best advice to you is to just keep calm. I know everything is a disaster and you don't deserve this shit, but man, it'll get better. It can only get better. You are a doctor. You've got many positives. Just be cool.
Pavel, you're cracking me up right now. You're cracking me up.
And we got David, $3. Love Patek, Archie. Thank you. I think that's my super collector friend, Dave.
Mobster,
is
you're
it
also
Dave?
cracking me
That's
up.
Dave.
God, those should be super chats. I might have to say that
he
one,
keeps
even though it's
sending
not.
me. I got to tell you, Bear, I know
That's a one good man, Archie.
he is a very good man. Let me tell you
I
this.
love when you do videos with his watches. I know he never shows the face, but he did talk. And
That's a photo he sent me. He's sent me a
the big
photo.
super shot from him, man.
It's a amazing watch there. And we got $80. Enjoy Patek from Dave, the super collector. Look at that.
Wow.
Well, you have a Patek with you?
Sorry?
You have the Patek with you?
No, Dave has got the Patek, right? He just bought it. He's in Melbourne visiting on business, right?
I see.
He's going to hold it for me until I've got the funds, okay? Because I'm hoping, I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping to get some insurance. After Tan, you've actually opened up the eyes to me through a HELOC.
No, Archie, don't do HELOC, please. You don't need to get yourself into that. There's certain things that are just right for you. Don't fuck up everything, for God's sake. Because you're going to buy a watch. Relax, man. Work, you're going to make money.
Just open Pandora's box. He's looking at perpetual calendars. That's
the problem.
I mean,
exactly.
This watch.
You know what I would pair with this, Tan? You know what I'd pair with this? A 5130.
You probably have. The bank would probably give you a $400,000 loan against the properties you described, right? Your eyes are wide open. What would you actually? And we're not endorsing this, Bear. I'm not endorsing. I'm just, we always pretend like, if I won the lottery, what would I get?
Yeah.
Let's say you have.
It's actually a good question. So you do it. You have a $400K available to you, Archie. What happens?
Okay. Okay, you really want to know or not?
You just got a hard on this guy.
Go for it. I want to know.
Okay, so the first watch I purchased, I'm going to show it to you now, okay? By the way, Dave just bought this, so I could do a deal with Dave.
Oh, but that's your favorite blue Maserati Daytona.
Maserati dial.
Yeah, we get that, okay?
I don't blame you. I like that.
I like it too.
So look at this. I'd say get the Patek.
Drink some tea. Drink some water. Relax.
Patek, the Bluesy, the Daytona two-tone, Pepsi.
Yep.
Dave, $31. The Patek is waiting for you, Arch. Look at this, Bear. How's that?
He's a nice guy.
I got to tell you, Bear.
How many watches does he have at the moment, Dave?
About 50.
Holy shit.
And he's got such a spread. He's got like a prince with papers.
Why don't you do when you get together, why don't you do a little bit of a watch?
Well, they're always in the bank. He can't take them out.
Yeah, that's true. I fully understand that.
And also, he doesn't really want to highlight who he is or what he's got.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Especially now. Yeah.
Yeah. So look. It is what. Look, he's got a couple bank safes, and they're not in one bank safe either. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
He's a smart man. He's a smart man. Good for you, David. Good for you.
All my Daytonas are in the same bank. So that's a problem.
Well, that's the thing. You got to decide.
Doc. He has a 50 watches. You don't have a 50 Daytonas.
That's true.
So just in relation to the number of watches. Nothing. He's
I
doing
see.
actually the very
I
right thing.
see. You spread 10 here, put another 10 there, put another 10 there.
Exactly.
That makes
Exactly.
sense. That makes sense.
Tanzil, $10. AC3. If you HELOC, you're paying a few points of interest. The money is still in the watches. So if you need to pay the loan, you just flip the watches. I think you could get a Patek Perpetual Calendar chronograph.
You got 400. You weren't
Oh
naming
my
anywhere
God.
you were not naming anywhere near 400K with the watches you just described. Maybe 100 where we're at. You still got 300 to go.
I think it would be boss to get a 5170 P.
Yeah, chronograph would be good.
Ooh.
That's 300K to go, Archie. Let's go.
Look, I got to tell you, I would like a couple of reversos. You know what I'd fucking buy? Let me tell you
Couple?
this.
Couple of reversals. Why would you
know what I
want
would buy?
couple? Hang on. What
Couple?
the heck was that?
3 or 4.
What are you
4.
talking
That's
about?
my
Why
lucky
would,
number.
who
You
needs
know what I
couple
would buy?
reversals?
They
You
have
know
so
what
many
I buy?
wonderful
I would
models.
buy 4. Let me tell you this, Tan. It's simple. You know how I do this, Tan?
Yes.
4, 4, 4. 4 floors of halls. 4 Langes, 4 Pateks, 4 Rolex, and 4 Breguet.
So Archie, just like it was true, like actual real question, like honest question. Why would you not do this? Like, what's the downside here?
The downside to HELOC.
Okay, I'll tell you what the answer is. I got to actually do my
Can I
taxes 'cause
answer that instead of
I
him?
earned really
Yeah,
good
go for it,
money.
bro.
And then I'll go.
He doesn't know how to handle money.
Right, but Bear,
Doesn't know.
it's
He
not like
will not make the smart purchases. He's gonna buy bunch of Birkins, bunch of fucking Louis Vuitton briefcases.
no. If it was
He's
for
gonna
watches,
buy shit that cannot be sold.
I agree. If it was just for watches, right? Like if he just bought watches, even if he bought
But
these
he will not
reversals-
do that. Dan, you know this guy. He stood in front of fucking mountain. He had a mountain of briefcases from Louis, and he was talking like he's a hoarder. He's a crazy fucking man. You don't let the man of his personality have 400K in hand. His
No,
wife
no
knows
offense,
that.
Pontiff. No offense.
No. We love you, Panty, but his wife knows him. Anyone that loves this man would not give him access to that. That would be the end of him.
Not to
Honestly.
mention the massages. The massages.
Yeah, look, like if he obviously went and did some stupid shit like that, I agree.
The
But-
stupid shit, exactly.
If it
He would have a
was
3 Louis. He would not even have a watches, and he would be buying the
Okay.
watch cases.
okay, so let's say it's somebody who's financially responsible. Let's say it's not Archie, right? What's the
Good.
real downside there, right? Because if anything,
Let's say it was Dino instead.
yeah, like
Dino,
Alter
I'd say
ego.
Dino. Yeah, Dino.
You have,
Dino,
alter
for
ego.
example.
you have your 400K loan into the watches. If you need the money back, and let's say you bought the right watches, JJ's back, so maybe he can answer this.
JJ, there you go. That's a guy. That's a,
JJ's a
that's
good guy.
a
Yes, a
JJ,
position
you
of
take it-
responsible here.
You've taken a
Look how.
HELOC.
Hey. By the way, can you look at how sad Archie looks? We took 400K from him.
400K, bro.
He was just
Yes.
about to go. He was just about to go shopping. He was
JJ.
ready
It's
to
going to be a
buy.
splurge.
Okay, so
Oh
JJ,
my!
you take a HELOC.
Oh, Archie, we love you, man.
You take
We
a
love
HELOC.
you. You know that.
for
We just want
400K.
to do the right things.
Okay, JJ, you take a HELOC for 400K, and you
Right.
buy watches that you want to buy, right? Which we have a belief that you would buy good watches, ones that you could probably either retain the value or most likely increase value, and you're paying a couple of points of juice on the interest. Outside of the principle of like, yeah, maybe real estate's like, what's the real downside there?
Well, what's your interest rate, first of all?
1.99. I'm locked in.
Oh,
I'll tell
I
you
mean,
exactly-
that's free money because inflation is crushing that anyway. So
Exactly.
That's actually lower than inflation. That's Archie.
know
You
what
got
might
one.
be-
You're losing money by not getting a HELOC.
Holy
Archie, you're
shit!
losing money by not buying a bunch of
The
watches.
problem
You gotta
is,
do
if I get a HELOC, they're going to renegotiate the rate.
Right.
How many briefcases
So,
would you
let me
buy?
just-
Be honest.
You know what I would do? I'd actually buy one.
Which
I
one do you
don't
like?
believe you.
Which
I like the grey one with the white hardware. That's what I want.
You know what I'd love
gray
to see?
one?
I'd
Do you
love
have a
to see
picture? Can you
Archie
show us
Let me
the
tell you
picture?
this. I got a 3-year fixed term at 1.1 okay, this is on the investment property. It ends at the end of 23. Okay, expiry is at the end of 24. 24 it ends, right? That money
Super
is
chat from David. Super chat from David.
Dave, the voice of reason.
Dave, $15, Bear. I will make sure Arch doesn't make bad purchases in the watches. Dave.
Thank you, Dave. I actually believe that. I see how you buy watches. I see the prices you offer to Archie, your friend, your gentleman. We love you, man. We love you.
Do you guys remember the movie from the 80s called Brewster's Millions with Richard
Yes.
Pryor?
Yes.
I could so picture Archie, like, you have one day to spend 40 million, and like I would love to see what the hell he would actually buy. It would be so
That's
fun.
a good question. That's a really good
That would be fun to watch, man.
He'd be buying twirlies and getting massages. It would be the fun. He would
Can
spend
he buy
it
a
so
bunch
fast.
of black licorice, this guy? Like,
He would spend it so fast. He'd definitely win.
Awesome. Awesome. Super chat from P. Clan.
P Clan, $5. Archie, can you ask CB if Cam is allowed in the dungeon? It would be ratings gold. I don't think he is, I'm afraid.
No, I don't think so.
CB said no. CB said no.
So CB was very kind. He's been very generous to me. So I don't even want to muck up things with him.
He's not even around anyway, so it's not even like he's definitely going to come on. You know what I mean?
He's popped his head up here and there, but it hasn't lasted long.
Yeah, I think that's just a fantasy some of these guys have.
so why not HELOC another property? Like, if it's free money, as JJ is saying, like, why are you eroding your money?
Oh, you're such a bad influence, Dan.
Tan,
And the one advantage, right, Tan, see if you agree with me, the one advantage is to buy the watches over real estate right now is the interest rates are so high on the new property, it's not really worth it. You know what I mean? Like
Tan. Look, I just want to talk to you for 1 minute before the show ends, okay?
Sure.
Just very quickly. What's the best story I can give him, okay? Because I tell you what I want to do. I'm doing my tax return, so I've got some good income. I earned good income, right?
Yeah.
So what's the best way I could say I want the HELOC? If I tell them the truth,
why?
Home improvements.
Home renovation. It's your money. Like, I asked the banker straight up, I'm like, so is that like allowed? And he's like, yeah, it's their money. Like, if they want to secure their house and take a loan against it, you know, like, they give us a reason, but like, we constantly see them just sending checks out to other things afterwards. It's their money.
Super
right?
chat.
Like,
Super chat.
Do you reckon I should do it?
Well, use some renovations. Go renovate some windows and then like buy a watch.
Super chat.
Here we go. Swinging Kangaroo, $2 with HELOC. Doc will buy an E46 M3 GTR for sure.
That's a BMW.
Awesome. That would be an awesome ride.
Well, honestly, like, I know a lot of like really, you know, people that buy exotic cars. This is exactly what they do. This is how they buy them cash. Is they HELOC because you need to pull the trigger on the spot. You need to be liquid on the spot to win bids on certain cars and certain pieces, right? So that's what they do. They have a HELOC. Boom, they can buy whatever they want whenever they want. It gives you a lot of freedom. Think about it. Where you find the right deal and then you pull the trigger. You strike while the iron's hot. Like, and JJ said, it's basically free money. If it's a 1.99%, those watches are likely to go up more than 1% or 2% in a year, right? Like, you're not losing.
Pavel, that's the perfect idea. Swap over a manual into that thing.
So I've got my rate ends in August 24 on the home. That's the 2% money.
Yeah, but then you flip the watch afterwards, and then you still enjoyed your watch. Like, what's the harm?
As long as he buys the right watch.
Absolutely.
How much do we have to spend, Arch?
$400K.
Australian or US?
Australian.
Yeah.
I would just buy steel Rolex.
I would buy a blue dial.
Bunch of steel Rolexes, man. Sit on them for a year.
Blue dial. What? JJ, can you repeat? I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. Doc keeps interrupting. Can you repeat?
Blue Sky Dweller. I'd buy a Blue Sky Dweller because he loves.
Good choice.
I'd buy a Hulk.
Good choice.
and I buy a Panda.
Good choice.
You know what? I intend to get a Blue Sky Dweller. In fact, it's a wonderful watch, and it fits. It actually wears smaller than a Speedmaster.
And look, guys, on the Patek
Whoa,
side,
whoa, Doc. He doesn't wear smaller than Speedmaster. Who lied to you?
To me, it does.
Did
To
you
me, it
try it
does.
on?
Yeah, I was shocked. It wears wonderfully. I mean, I know on paper it's a large watch, but the proportions are something. It wears.
I am
marvelous.
actually genuinely surprised that you feel that that's a good size watch for you.
Mobster's asking, how can you get 1.9 on a HELOC when FFR is 4%? Doesn't matter. Okay, what we're talking is, I locked in my home loan for 3 years. I got 1.99. So I'm going to have. Yeah, I've got to. Look, you know what? It doesn't hurt to ask the question, does it?
And by the way, since he just super chatted
But
that,
don't buy any fucking LV, any
Now,
fucking.
could I do
Hermes.
some renovations to the home? Could I do some renovations or not?
Yeah, renovation on the home is
I
okay.
think I'm gonna have to spin this with the wife. Okay, okay. Let's be honest.
Spend 100 on watches.
Are you going to get a plumber?
I tell you what. I think what I might do. I got
Will
a
you
back
hire
patio.
Daryl the plumber?
Mobster previously said
Yes.
something that I think that Tanzil's going to appreciate, which is that simping ain't easy.
so even Marco's in the chat offering advice.
Will you do any work with Daryl the plumber? Please tell me.
Yes, I will. He's great.
I love
Pepsi
Daryl
and
the plumber.
Blue Sky Dweller for AC3, 2-piece Hunger Buster, add a Speedy and Patek, and all you really need.
You won't lose any money on any of those watches that Marco's offering.
I think the Blue Sky Dweller is just gorgeous.
Also, Vasher and Constantine Overseas Blue Dial is goodbye at the moment.
Yeah, that's my.
You wanna know what's actually? I did the research after talking with Bobby Google Marco. I have to agree with him that Meteorite Pepsi at the moment is a probably great buy. That's a good investment watch. Long run. Would I? Yes, I would.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that would be in the big scheme of things, you can buy only maybe 2 watches, 3 watches, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. But I'm talking heavy hitters, good stuff that declined enough that it makes sense, and that you can see potential on a decent return. Meteorite Pepsi is not going to sink further,
No,
guaranteed.
More in his wheelhouse too, Archie. Like I'd be like 5270.
Yeah, Marco. Okay, Marco's here. All right. Pepsi and Blue Sky Dweller for AC3. And no, fuck that. What is wrong with you, Marco? Speedy. What's wrong with you?
What?
I've already got a Speedy.
But fuck Speedy. What's wrong with Marco? Why is he fucking pushing Speedy? Drop the link for Marco. Oh, we're almost done. I don't agree with Marco. You're not getting what we're talking about. We're talking about HELOC, borrowing the money from the house, investing it into watches. Best investment watches.
Yep.
Best watches to invest.
Interestingly enough, there
so that you can sell in 2 years.
Now, the other thing is too. Can I tell you something else, Tan? Can I share a secret with you?
Sure.
No one's watching.
Okay, so my accountant said to me, because I was robbed of these watches, I've got 160,000, well, whatever amount of watches it is, minus the insurance payout, which for the watch component is next to $5,000.
Yep.
I got $160,000 capital loss tax credit.
Yep.
There is a Marco. There is his comment. I agree with him. Meteorite Pepsi, my number one choice in that case. Okay, listen, Marco. Listen now. Listen to this. 400,000. Is this 400,000 Australian or Australian? Okay, 300,000 US. Investment watches. Give us the best investment watches to buy now. I don't care if it's 1 or 3 or 7. So you got 300K to spend, and hopefully in 2 years you cash out with a decent return. Please.
You want to go around the panel?
No. I want Marco. I don't want to go around the panel, frankly.
Okay.
I want
I
to
didn't know
answer
you
from
were-
a guy that works with Roman Sharp.
Sure. Yeah, no, he's much more of a much better reference.
Okay, so guy, you can continue. I'll keep an eye.
Yeah,
on
while you replies, I was going to say in the Patek side, Archie, you still have a lot of investment pieces. 3940, excellent investment piece. You know that watch has been going up. 5270 perpetual chrono, 5070 or 5170, like Doc said, good option. I mean, you have a lot of Patek watches as well that are going up. You can go Nautilus. It's a lot of chunk of money you're putting in there. I don't think it's going to necessarily maybe not go up anymore. 5167 Aquanaut has been actually beating the market. It's not been going down. It's kind of went down a bit, then it came back up. So there's still Pateks you can get as well that would probably be safe.
I Googled a couple of those. They look to me like an old lady watches.
5270 is it's a legend, right? Like that's the perpetual chronograph. Like that's
no. It is, guys. We're gonna wrap this up. Keep this vitality for the dungeon.
Hang on, 5270. I want to see what that is.
It's a perpetual calendar chronograph.
Bring it up there.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, we talked about that one, Archie. Yeah, that's a beautiful watch. Okay, that is very. How much is that thing?
Let's just say this, Bear. It's not actually cheap. The word cheap.
Well, how much? I'm asking because we have 300,000.
$250,000. 320 Aussie.
What?
Okay, so there you go. Just buy that watch. But I still think Meteorite Pepsi is a better investment. You guys are clueless, okay? Rolex.
Yeah.
Done.
I have a question.
And it has to be. And a Meteorite Rolex. Are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I love that watch. The only reason I haven't bought it yet is because my AD promised to get me one.
Which one?
Meteorite Pepsi.
You can't go wrong, man. You're getting a Pepsi, which is iconic, and you're getting a Meteorite dial. That's the watch. Okay, you want it. You want a gift. You want it to be.
Here you go, guys. Look at this.
What are we looking at?
This is the Patek we're talking about, the 5270. It's a
platinum.
You can get it on a bracelet. Look at that on a bracelet, which is amazing. But
that green dial.
That's 300,000.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
250,000.
Oh, well, that's different.
No, fuck that. You know what? You and Tanzil are fucking clueless on that. I'm sorry. You know what? I respect you guys, but this is.
The thing is, you're not realizing those watches go up in value. They don't just go down.
Okay, there we go. What Marco suggests. You were talking investment. We're not talking what watches we like. We're talking money. Meteorite Pepsi, Blue Sky Dweller. I agree with that. Paul Newman Daytona on Oysterflex. I agree with that. White gold. White? No. Vintage. We're not talking vintage. Nobody cares about fucking.
That's the
vintage.
only Paul Newman.
Get out of here, Doc. White gold, blue. Yes. That's white gold, blue dial Daytona with on a white gold bracelet. That is fucking cheap right now. Cheap.
I've seen a few under retail. I can't believe it.
Archie, that's what you buy. Let's
come back tomorrow, guys. We got the dungeon. We're gonna send it over to the dungeon. We'll be back tomorrow.
Can we just take a moment to thank Tanzil for making this show?
Thank you so much.
Tanzil.
AJ, thank you.
Thanks,
yes, sir.
Mikey, thank you. Doc, thank you.
Thank
Bear,
you.
big thank you. And also Mr. GMT, big thank you. Everyone who came on today, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow. And guys, we're going to switch to the dungeon now.
Thank you.